Welcome to the Out the Box Podcast, man.
Episode.
We are back.
Last week was 7 billion.
Do you want to let him finish?
Last week was episode 7 billion.
7 billion. This 7 billion and one.
Right. That is what it is. We got Lupe with us.
Hola.
Welcome back.
Came back. She went off to go save the world and stuff. But she back now.
Welcome back.
Definitely. Oh.
He's singing that with pizza in his mouth. That's what all the extra noise is. Yep, that one right there.
On my mama.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, what's up, Lupe? What's new?
Nothing much. Just chilling.
We missed you last week. What happened?
I don't know. Mental health day.
Respect.
I always need them.
Respect.
Wasn't really going to do this one because of that, but I was sometimes you can't allow yourself to stay in that cycle for too long.
Respect.
Yeah, but you have to allow yourself also to recuperate and regroup and take days off. So
the fact that you know that right there, you're already 10 steps ahead.
Yep.
That's where it's at.
The what is it called? Identification and acceptance, right? Of like a problem is like the first few steps you're supposed to take or whatever. So
yeah,
I at least
accountability.
I at least try and take those.
For sure. I feel you. Oh, my bad. That was my fault. But man, I'm just I'm still in the days that mental health day is actually a thing.
Mm-hmm. That's a real day?
Yeah, you can call off work and say I need a mental health day. Like
my job will fire me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I think it's illegal.
I think that's against the law.
If it wasn't for COVID, when I was having my panic attacks, I would not have a job right now.
Probably.
Right.
I think COVID is what brought a lot of this stuff to light. But right now, if you was to call your job today, don't quote me on it. And if you're listening to this, don't do this because I told you to. But I think calling in for a mental health day is an actual thing.
And if it's not, it should be.
It is in like New Zealand or something. Like they have, and like Europe, I believe, have unlimited sick days.
The fuck, bro?
Jasleen!
Open the door. Go check on them. My friends always ask me like, oh, my kids, are having their friends over. Your kids don't have friends over? I was like, no. I am sorry. No, because she's like, oh, my kids know better. Mine don't. Mine don't know how to act around other kids.
They love to push the issue.
Yes, they want to show out. It's so hard. And that's why I tell like my friends, I'm like, I don't have his little friends over because he's going to feel entitled to show out because those are his friends. And he's going to try and like push the limits. I'm like, nah, I'm not about to be sitting
ass
here.
whooped in front of the friends.
And it's exactly. And I want to avoid an embarrassment like that. Or them kids going back and being like, oh my God, Mateo's mom hit him. Or Mateo's mom yelled super loud. Or
I hit you too, you little...
Oh my God. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't correct anybody else's kids. You know what I mean?
But, if it's under my roof, believe it.
Oh, shit.
I don't give a damn.
Oh, that's how my mom was too.
Really?
Yeah, if I had friends over, you go under my rules.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
It was always like that.
See, like I was saying earlier, I have anxiety when it comes to other people's kids because I don't know how to approach them. Because I'd be approaching my kids hella sideways. You know what I mean? And I'm like, ooh, if someone approached my kids like that, I wouldn't be okay with it.
Right.
But,
and not only that, but the kids these days is like super sensitive.
Right. They're like,
no, for sure.
They're always just like making faces and like, oh my God, you really said that? Yes. Right. And I've been told worse at a younger age than you.
No, for real.
So it's like, toughen up. But at the same time, you're like, don't tell anybody I said that. Damn it. Because that's emotional abuse. And it's like, oh.
Emotional damage.
Oh my God, that was perfect.
He beat me to it too. I ain't gonna lie, I was for sure gonna do it.
That was fucking perfect.
I only reason it was the latest because I had pizza hanging out my mouth.
That's hella funny.
Oh my God, that was perfect.
But my mom was always like that though. Like, if my friends came over, it wasn't he likes to be treated this way, he likes to be treated that way. If you had allergies, that was cool. Other than that, you do what we say or you can get the fuck out.
I'm gonna let you know, one of the very first times I met Jordan's mom, she came home with groceries. I couldn't stay in the house. I walked in with groceries.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Shout out to Babs.
No, this nigga didn't. Okay. All right.
What?
Oh, no.
It's Babs Land. Oh. We already went over this.
No, we're not finna do this. You not finna nicknames with my mom and all of this stuff. It's not going down, bro. It's not happening.
She gonna watch. She gonna... Babs, leave a comment.
Jesus Christ. And she will, too.
She's going to.
Oh, God. Anyways. Anyways, did we already do the welcome to the other box?
We started, and then people almost came to the wall.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Damn children. Don't
Anyway.
have kids, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't have kids.
Man.
Well, don't have kids and start a podcast.
Right. Already be established. Or have somewhere to put the kids while you're doing a podcast.
Right.
Because that free range shit is out.
Well, free range chickens.
Man. So what's new pizza, man?
Well,
It's been a week.
got my tooth pulled.
Oh.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When you sent me that selfie talking about my face was swollen, I was like, where? I couldn't see it.
It's crazy. My boy Javi, who is a doctor,
Said the same thing?
said the same thing. He's like, I mean, it don't look swollen. Basically, wow. So my face is fat equally, right?
I feel like that's kind of where this is going.
Well, fuck both of you. So
It's not our
basically,
fault.
he
Just
was
calling
like,
it how we see it.
he's like, I don't see nothing. He's like, it's red. I was like,
Because he had been putting ice already on it.
And look, it did not help that you had a sulking face on
Right.
in the picture. So I couldn't help but to laugh. I'm like, this dude, like, yo.
He looked like
Feel
a
bad
little
for
sad
me.
bear, huh?
Feel bad for you?
He looked like a little sad bear.
Man, look.
no, my shit, bro. Ask her because she saw it in person. I went like this. I woke up. I touched my face, and I was like, I instantly, a little panic. I was like, what the fuck?
So
Was
what
it
was
good?
it? Did you feel like a hump, or was it just your skin was tight and it was hot?
It was a hump.
That's wild. I didn't see none of that in the
So
picture.
when I did that,
His
right,
face was like so stretched out, like you could see the stretch.
it's still a little inflamed, but so I met a doctor's appointment the day before. I was like, hey,
Let's finish the food, my guy.
my tooth hurts. I can't. We'll be here forever.
I
my tooth
hella
hurts.
thought the red thing on the side of his mouth was like pizza sauce this whole time, but it's
No,
the
it's a
cut.
cut.
Yeah.
From the dentist, my mouth was dry.
Yeah.
And the
Oh, and they
So
opened your
cracked.
mouth.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
He's like the
how are you even
Joker.
eating that pizza right now? yo?
Joker.
Oh, my man.
Oh, excuse the fuck out of me.
So, anyways, so I woke up. I'm laying there.
I
I
woke
went
up
like that,
quick.
and I felt. I was like, "Ooh, shit!" And I was like, "Should I tell her? Fuck it, tell her." Like, hey, my face is swollen.
My face.
She's
My face is swollen.
She's like, "Oh yeah, I see it." I'm like,
And then I was
'Cause
like,
just
you
the
look
day
like
before-
a little bear.
the day before I was having a toothache, and I told her, I was like, she's like, make a dentist appointment because I was supposed to get a root canal. I just never went.
Oh, that was your first mistake right there.
6 months ago.
Period.
So I went.
6 months ago. Jesus.
So I called. I was like, hey, my tooth hurts. Blah blah. Okay, come in 2 weeks on the 5th.
Blah, blah.
We'll make a come in, right? All right, cool.
Oh,
Next day,
makeup coming.
swollen. I was like, hey, face is swollen. What do I do?
Shit's getting real.
Yeah, I was like, I got an appointment on the 5th, and my face is swollen.
I don't
I
think
don't
I'll
know.
make it.
Man.
She's all, you can hear her typing shit. Come in tomorrow at 2. That doesn't work for me, but okay.
It was coming that day at 2.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Come in that day at 2.
And you still said that didn't work for you?
He,
Yeah, that
well,
didn't work.
he
No, I
wanted
didn't say
it like
that.
right now, but yeah, no.
Yeah. So she was like, I was like, all right, cool. Go in there. They're looking at it. They do the x-rays. They're like, well, this one needs root canal. I was like, hey, can we just take it out? Fuck your root canal. Yeah, let's talk to the doctor. Go. They do the thing, right? And the lady's all, yeah. She's like, yeah, it's swollen. She's like, but sometimes it's in their eye. I was like, oh, well, that's not good.
I'm
She's
sorry,
like,
what?
yeah, sometimes it gets swollen in their eye. Like, and I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I heard that's that can mess up your vision. She's like, yeah. She's like, but it's better than going down to your heart. I was like, this is true. This is because your teeth are connected to your heart. If you didn't know, you
Your
can die
knees are
from having
connected
a
to
rotten
your
tooth because it'll go to your heart.
or the infection technically, and then it just like clogs, and then a heart attack is like
Crazy.
Yo, so I wasn't lying when I told somebody that the plaque when you have a heart attack is from your teeth.
I don't know about
When
that.
plaque builds up in your arteries, it's like the
I
same.
don't know.
same
I don't know
plaque
about
from your
that.
teeth.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
Good, maybe.
Maybe.
So I was like, oh yeah, thank God, blah blah. All right. He looks at it. Okay, this needs a cavity, or this needs a filling. Da 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 da. Right.
That has a
Okay,
cavity.
go see the people for your next appointment. Okay. Go. She's
Go see the people.
tomorrow at 10:00. We're gonna pull that tooth out. Huh? Well, my anxiety needs like time. You know. So I was like, can you pull out an infected tooth? Yeah, no, yeah. Well, you're gonna get your antibiotics, double up on them today, and go regular tomorrow.
The normal person is questioning the doctor. Let's just point that out.
Question her so much, which is why Javi came in here. I said, hey, Javi, can you pull out an infected tooth? I know you're not a dentist. Can you pull out an infected tooth if it's infected, or do you have to wait till the infection goes down with the antibiotics? He's like, well, I'm not a dentist. He's like, but do what the dentist says. I was like, duh. I understand that. But I'm asking you if it's fucking safe to pull out an infected tooth. He's like, and he's the most direct person in America. He said, if your appendix is infected, they take it out. If your liver is infected, they take it out. So if your tooth is infected, you got to take the root of the problem out. Take it out. Do what the dentist said. Fuck you and your logic, Javi.
2 + 2 is always 4.
So yeah, got my tooth taken out yesterday.
At least when it comes to science.
I'm just saying, man. Too. It's always 2 + 2 is 4.
So yeah, it was it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it wasn't not as bad as everyone said it wasn't.
That's a double negative. I don't think that works.
Oh, it works positively. So, my mom was like, "Oh yeah, no, it's not that bad. You just feel the pressure." Well, I started feeling it because he did two or three cavities before he pulled the tooth. So he filled those because I'm already numb, and then he started pulling it, and I'm like, He's like, "You feel it?" I was like, "A little bit." Does it again. I'm like, "You feeling pain?" "A little bit." Gave me another shot. I just felt pressure after that. But yeah, it's not as...
Huh? Did he put you in the headlock? Or like was your tooth fighting back?
It was a struggle. He was struggling.
I got put in the headlock to get mine out.
I swear. Oh, you had a tooth pull?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Wisdom.
I still got them bad boys, thank God.
And
he did feel a cavity on that one.
No, it wasn't my wisdom. It was one of my back molars. That motherfucker exploded in my mouth, and so it was like in pieces. Oh. And he had to like get them motherfuckers, and they was like tiny pieces. But the root of the tooth, cause he had to like get in there. And I was fighting him.
Of course. How old were you?
Instinct. I mean, I had to be in high school still. Yeah, I was at least in the 10th grade for sure.
He said, and I was fighting.
For sure. Well, you gonna work for this, bro. What? Don't play. Hey, soda? I've been like that ever since I was a kid.
And that's the thing. I don't know. It says I can't have soda, but I don't know if that's for the first 24 hours or not.
Hey, so do you have like a hole in your lip or in your lip? In your gums?
He stitched it. Ooh. I didn't feel that though. The only thing I felt, which makes him a good dentist, I just felt that one part where he was pulling it, and then he gave me the shot again. And I didn't feel nothing. Because the last time I went to the dentist, when I was like 15, my mom took me. Oh, I felt everything. The tooth he just pulled out got fucked up by that dentist. You know, Western Dental Medical. You feel me? But yeah, other than that,
I don't.
I know, lucky you. But yeah, that was so. Last week, as I told you guys, I was on vacation. Gotta get my tooth pulled on vacation. That's not the way you want to spend a vacation.
No,
negative.
Not at all.
Definitely doesn't give me beach and
not at all, especially in California.
I went to the beach on Monday. He chose not to go, so
we were sick. And you know, my 5-year-old sleeps till 3 a.m. like he's 15. So
yeah, he definitely works graveyard shift at the museum
for sure.
This guy.
For sure. But yeah, other than that, been a cool vacation.
That's what's up.
Not too bad.
That's not too shabby.
Except for that damn tooth.
Yeah, it's like Wednesday, tooth pain. Thursday, tooth exam. Friday, tooth extraction. Saturday,
podcast.
You know what?
The grind don't stop.
You just went through a bad breakup with that tooth, and now you're here to talk about it.
Yeah. Fuck that tooth. Bitch been evil.
She could have killed you.
Oh my God, I was just finna say that. She could have killed you, bro.
Well, that's twice you've been outwitted, so you're a little slow today.
I think that's what's happening. I'm not gonna lie. Something came to play this time.
I think when you got the haircut, they cut out your wit.
Yo, shut up, bro.
So, anyways, can I see your phone? I got some questions I wanted to ask, and you're perfect because some of those questions had you on all over it, or you can do it either way.
Yeah. Hello. Relax.
Can you read? I was an RSP.
No, yes, I can read. 2 grades ahead of actually where I was all the time.
Ooh,
100.
12th grade, she was in 14.
Wait, what's RSP?
Exactly.
Wow. RSP is people with learning disabilities, basically.
Oh.
And you use that as a badge of honor to brag about?
Fuck you. Yeah.
No, granted, I'm not taking shots at people with your abilities, nothing like that. I apologize if you took offense to that, but I'm curious as to why you use that in the argument to justify why you should be the one to do it.
That's why.
That's why?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fair enough.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
I feel like I did want the answer.
I don't have one.
Wasn't expecting that one.
I don't have one.
All right, we're back.
So pick your favorite.
Hangry versus cranky.
All right, so if you're hangry, grow the fuck up. Okay? Stop and get some food. Grab a piece of bread. Eat it. It's real simple. You can always eat. You cannot always sleep.
You can't eat if something's not appetizing. Like
Then you shut the freak up with your problems.
No, because we're too busy dealing with those problems to eat it within our time frame. So then it pushes us. It's like just chemical science in your brain, I guess, that releases those like alerts like, you're hungry, you should probably eat. And then your heart's like, I can't, I'm working right now. And then so it's like a total conflict in your body
right now.
You don't have a heart. That job. Yeah, exactly. Just kidding.
Hey, bitch, I'm going to stop this for 2 seconds to go grab a piece of bread because I'm starving. And we all know you can't function properly brain-wise without food.
You know what they're going to tell you? You should have ate breakfast.
You're right. And not all of us.
You know what I'm going to tell them?
Plan ahead, motherfucker.
Here's lunch.
Okay, well.
And then they're going to be like, you'll be home for dinner.
You can go. You don't have to worry about not having a
Oh, guess what now? Now you're going to be hungry forever because you ain't got a job.
Man. So you're walking a fine line with your aggression today.
But you cannot always sleep.
Absolutely you can. Actually, you know what? You're right. You can't always sleep. But you can plan to make time to sleep.
You can't is what the sleep at work, but you can eat at work.
But you do get a 10 to 15 minute. Oh no, you always get a break. That is by law.
Oh, and I have gladly taken a nap on my break.
But exactly, that's what I'm saying. But there's jobs where you can't be having snacks on your desk, or like you're typing constantly, or you're talking to people constantly. So you can't be chewing on the phone, and they're gonna be like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "Oh, I got hungry, so I'm eating an apple."
In between calls, take a bite.
Okay, you're on like production numbers.
Impeccable.
I felt like I could have did a voiceover for that.
Man, that was pretty good.
But yeah.
So yeah, my thing with hangry people, you're a bunch of fucking children.
I feel like if you're sleepy and you're a crybaby, that is literally child.
I'm not a crybaby.
That is literally child traits, bro.
I'm cranky.
Right, like
I'm a little more angry.
People are allowed to be angry because they're hungry and they can't eat, but you can't be angry that you can't sleep because you should have slept the night before.
No, especially when you know you got something to do.
Yeah, to the next day. Like why would you wake up?
There's ample reasons that you can be cranky, but
you can't always sleep though. I'm only cranky because I can't sleep at this moment. And it's not because I can't literally put my head down and fall asleep. It's because...
Put your head on your pillow.
There you go. Okay. You just gonna stop? All right, whatever. But no, my point is, you can make... even when
you're driving, I'm a driver. I can't just sleep.
But you can eat.
I don't get hangry. I'm a fucking grown-up.
But you get cranky because you're a fucking man-child.
Nonetheless, man.
No. I feel like when you punish a baby, what do? You're going to go put them to sleep. Why? Because they're crying? Because they're sleepy.
But I don't cry. I'm very irritable.
That's what toddlers do. That's what toddlers become. Toddlers become irritable.
Toddlers become irritable.
Grown people can be hangry. No one says, "Oh, that baby's hangry."
A grown child.
No, because you're allowed to be hungry.
Exactly.
You're not allowed to be tired.
If you're sleepy, go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Plan
Take
better.
a nap.
You can't always go to sleep, but you can always eat.
No,
Listen.
because you can have telemarketing jobs where it's number based and you
And
have
you
to
got-
be on the
you
phone.
got a
And the
fucking-
only
a
break
nougat.
you have, is 15 minutes. And if you're tired,
No, you're a
gonna
telemarketer.
go to sleep.
When
You
you
can-
go to work and they say, and you walk in and you're late and you're like, oh, I'm so tired. What do they say?
They say
I
go
don't
to
know. I've
sleep.
never had that problem.
No, they say you should have got more sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
You should have went to bed earlier, right?
Yeah.
But if you walk into your job and be like, oh man, I'm hella hungry, you might get those ones or two people who be like, oh bro, I got this right here, huh? Eat this right quick.
And guess
Yeah.
what? You can eat it. But I can't walk in and be like, damn, I'm hella tired. Oh, here's a pillow. Go to bed. Doesn't work. Exactly. Prove my point. Let's go. Next question.
It absolutely would not be like that. But I think we're reversing our arguments right now.
Mm-hmm. What?
They were knocking.
They're ding dong ditching.
Yeah. So basically, you guys are a bunch of children.
No, you're a crybaby if you are a sleepy crier.
But then I think about the hangry part, and Lupe's gonna make fun of me.
Because it's like if you're sleepy,
When you grew up like as poor as I did, and you don't have food all the time, you learn to deal with it.
no, you're still hangry. Why do you think people who are poor and hungry are always upset?
Yeah, sir. You say that when you were a teenager and a child, you were walking around very angry at the world. Why?
Thank you.
Because you were hungry.
I hated my life.
I'm trying to tell you.
Because you were hungry.
You never was like, oh man, I'm so sleepy. God, I'm so pissed off. No.
Because you got
No,
a
but I've
good
been
night's
so
sleep
hungry.
every day.
Double entendre. I've been so hungry that I just fell asleep.
Been there.
And you know what happens?
You pissed your mom off that night or what? That's happened to me. Go to bed.
Nothing was
without no
solved.
dinner.
I was still hungry and still cranky.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
Exactly. Your whole life you've been.
You just proved that point.
Oh, man.
You just proved that point.
Boom. That's it. We're done. Next
Thank you.
I already
question.
proved the
question.
point. That's getting cut. Don't worry about it.
Nah, fuck all that. We did that one.
You guys didn't prove shit.
Whoever wrote these questions, sorry, but you're dyslexic.
Hit us with what the question is supposed to
hello.
be. And then,
Hi.
I don't know. That's how
okay, hit us with how it sounds.
So it says, if you were in a room filled with you and your doppelganger and $2 million, what would you do?
Okay, if you were in a room with your doppelganger,
What?
I'm dyslexic too. Fuck off.
Yo, but it's not even about dyslexic at this point, bro. It's like it makes no sense. What do you mean by that?
Give me the phone. I said, let me read my questions. If you were in a room with, what is it?
If you were in a room
If you were in a room filled with your doppelgangers and $20 million,
$2 million.
$2 million,
What would you do?
what would you do? I'm fucking myself up. Period.
What do you mean?
I'm getting $2 million.
Is this like a Squid Games thing? Like the
I don't know.
Soul Survivor gets it?
Wait, what? Why are
Do you know what a
against these
doppelganger is?
people? Do you?
A doppelganger is a person who
That
looks
looks just
like
like
you.
you.
Fucking myself
So
up.
why are you in there with yourself and your doppelgangers?
I don't know. Maybe there's a fucking mirror on the wall.
And why?
you're a bit conceited, aren't you?
And why are you all fighting for $2 million if that's what you're trying to insinuate?
First point. If there's a mirror on the wall, then your whole thing is fucked off. You're punching mirrors.
I don't know. Maybe it's a Saw thing. They fucking
And you're
you got
punching
knocked out. You
yourself
woke up
'cause you're
you
looking
woke
in the
up,
mirror.
Now you're in a room with someone who looks just like you.
Right, but your knuckles are bleeding and there's glass all over the floor.
Right.
Huh?
You just said you'd be in a room with mirrors.
No, just one. Just one mirror.
So you're your own doppelganger because you're looking in the mirror?
First of all, I want to know how you got in this position in the first
Right.
place. How did you even get here? Were you kidnapped? Was this
That's what I'm
voluntarily
saying.
or what?
No, that's not what you're saying. That's
check
what
it out.
we're asking.
Check it out. Scenario. Let me build the scenario.
Please, because
Let
I
me
feel
build
like
the scenario and
we
let me get
missed
the question.
backstory. Exactly. We missed
You
the backstory.
are walking down the street. Do 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 do. Boom. Knocked out. Shit. Wake
Criminal
up.
Minds episode.
Wake up. Right. You wake up. It's like a Saw movie. So you wake up, you're like, oh shit, where am I at? What's going on? Ooh, $2 million. Hey, look, there's a guy that looks just like me.
There's no way I could eyeball $2 million like that right off the bat. There's no way. I can be like, oh, a lot of money, but $2 million, that's
okay.
Right
Ooh, a lot of money.
There you go.
You don't know how much it is. Ooh, a lot of money.
There you go.
Let me go get that money. Oh shit, there's a guy that looks just like me. Looks like he want to fuck me up, want to beat me up. He's gonna get the $2 million before me.
Way
really quick.
too quickly.
Really quick.
He's gonna get the $2 million. He's gonna get a lot of money before me. What do I do? He's gonna attack me.
Already.
What do I do?
Why didn't he grab it?
Because he was walking down the street. Do 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 do. Boop. There you go.
So is he locked up too, or is he like tied up?
No, nobody's locked up. You're just in a room, and it's like an escape room to get out. The only way to get out is to make friends with them and split it down the middle.
Stop.
Or fuck them up.
Stop. Because he was there already, so he could have already put that money in his pocket.
I just told you he got bopped on the head.
No, you said he was there.
You see the guy.
Yeah,
you said he see the guy.
Yeah, you were put in the room, and then you saw this guy that looked just like you. So that guy was already there because
okay. All right. He's walking down
and
the
street. He's already awake. Why am I looking at him so hard in the face to be like, oh, this guy looks just like me?
You both just woke up. Okay, I didn't know when it was so vivid. Okay.
Not so vivid, but more
just
vivid.
Just make it sense.
Right. More vivid.
Just make it make sense.
Boom. You right? Bam. You're in there. You wake up. Rub my eyes.
Why did we only get $2 million though?
Like that. You look around. For the sake of argument,
he's doing the same thing.
He gets thrown into the door. Oh, you see him get pushed, right? What the hell's going on, bro? Why you get pushed? How I end up here? I don't know. Bam! You get smacked in the face. What are you gonna do?
Criminal Minds episode.
Man,
they're in like
I didn't watch that show,
somewhere.
so they need to upgrade themselves because I'm making this up on the freestyle.
So even if the person kills me,
so are you making friends with them, splitting it down the middle? Or whatever other options there are.
Depends on who it is.
He's your doppelganger.
My doppelganger.
So I'm guessing he's trying to say, like, are you going to have some type of empathy for yourself type shit? Like, are you going to work with yourself, or are you going to be your worst enemy? Ooh. And is money going to make you do things that your person wouldn't be okay with doing, but because you want to beat yourself in a... Ooh, that's deep. That's deep. Is that where you were going? No, I went left. Okay. Because that's making more sense.
You make it up as you want. God damn it, make up your own story. What are you doing?
I'm gonna be honest. My first thing is okay. He's in here. There are people out here watching us.
You smoke?
It's like, that's pretty much where it's going. After I'm gonna see the money, and then I'm gonna be like, even if I kill this dude, how am I getting out of here?
Right.
I don't know. There's someone on the fucking other end of the
so I'm gonna have to kill him too.
Right. No. Or is this the duel?
It's a celebrity death match, bro. I fucking know. I don't know. Make up your own story. I made mine up. Because if I told you I'm fucking them up.
You got to think that the person who's pitting two people against each other kill each other for $2 million.
Do you know why I'm fucking up my doppelganger?
He's gonna kill me if I get out. Like, what the
fuck?
Do
you want to know why I'm fucking up my doppelganger?
Yeah, for multiple reasons though. But go ahead, tell me.
Main reason, because he looks like me, so he looks like a thug. So I'm fucking him up.
No one thinks you're a thug.
Somebody's gonna think I'm a thug. God
damn it. One gets the impression of thug nature with you.
Nobody moves out of your way on the sidewalk.
Do. Bet. I'm big.
Because of that, not because you're a thug.
Not because you're a thug.
Because they're intimidated because I'm big and thuggy.
No, because they need to get out of your way because it's probably not enough room for everybody.
It seems like he's taking up the sidewalk. It's just...
Fuck you.
Oh.
Hey, look, man. I'm just saying.
Anyways, next question. You guys always ruin my phone. Give me the phone. You don't know how to read.
No one.
What the hell? There's no other way to read that question to make it make sense.
So the other question I have for why you're fucking up your doppelganger is like,
because he looks like a thug.
Why are you? Okay.
Fuck the cops and the judge.
Is that your only explanation? Is because he looks like a thug? What does that say about you now, walking down the street in society?
He was a thug.
Put on the spot.
He was a thug. Look at him. He must have been really thugging when he was young.
The thug.
He was thugging when he was young.
So
I bet you he makes rap records.
Stevie Joe. Yep.
I bet you he makes rap records. And I bet you he talks about having a pole and all kinds of stuff. I don't, but still, think it.
A pole?
So that's what you think your doppelganger is?
I'm trying to appeal to the young kids. You know.
What type of pole?
Oh, a pole is gun for the new generation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm over here thinking stripping.
You know who taught me that?
I'm like, you don't have
age is showing.
Oh,
you know who taught me that?
No, I don't know because I don't have nephews that are in the young world. right now.
Damn, do
I feel like if you listen to any rap song on the radio right now,
I'm not listening to rap or the radio.
Can I have the rest of that?
No.
Oh,
because I want some. And then you got the rest.
You already had some.
that's more than a swig. Give him a swig, fool.
All I need is a swig, bro.
You
fucked up putting it in my hand. I was playing.
No, it's okay. I don't even need it.
All right, next question.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
I feel like you have some I
just want to be intimidated.
It's unsolicited violence. Like, there's no reason why you need to be beating up a random guy who just got randomly put in the same room you did with no idea what's going on. I can see if he
first
works
of all,
with the people.
I'm not an identical twin, so I don't need anyone looking like me. All right.
What is it with the looks? Like, dude,
shout out to Bubba Sparxxx, according to everybody.
Wow.
Booty, rocking everywhere.
Well, you know the most disrespectful thing.
Funny.
Yeah, the most disrespectful thing is people say I sound like Paul Wall when I rap, and then I look like Bubba Sparxxx.
Definitely not.
Fuck
Paul
all
Wall.
of them.
Yo, Paul Wall, Bubba Sparxxx, Codyak in the room. Who's Codyak punching first?
Bubba Sparxxx, for sure. Because Paul Wall's
cool.
Yeah.
I'm punching Bubba Sparxxx.
Backhand.
Okay.
Open backhand.
I want to hear the backstory behind the reasoning why, but I don't want to get us into no hot water, so we're gonna leave that one alone. That's funny.
I don't have a reason. I just
He's just
it's just the choices.
Between the two, between the two, between the two, just for shits and giggles, who you punching? Bubba Sparxxx, exactly.
Yeah.
Why? There's no reason. Paul Wall seems cool.
Now you know what's fucked up. It's totally
sure you're slaps fucking open-handed, Bubba Sparxxx. Like the fuck.
Yo, if y'all can see her face when she
look
said
at this shit and it's like, you look funny, bro. Just stop. I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Okay. No lie, he looks like the type of guy to be like, how much you gonna make off this?
Yeah.
All right, fuck it, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Dork and a half.
Yeah.
I'm smacking him.
Shout out to Bubba Sparxxx though. Anyways, bring up the next question.
Nigga, where is your neck?
Show the camera. Yeah. Show the camera.
No, don't do.
I'm not showing the camera my face.
We finna get flooded, bro.
Once this is out,
man, we finna. They finna. Hey, don't get at him like that.
Bubba Sparxxx people gonna call our people, which is us.
Which is me.
Right.
I don't know what he's saying. Talk to him.
I'm gonna call you because you gave me the question. I just answered the question. Who's more guilty, the person who asked, or the person who answered?
Oh, for sure, the person who answered.
Definitely not.
For sure, the person who answered.
That sounds like a lie.
You could have easily played the fifth on that one.
True.
All right.
Whatever you can and say will be used against you in the court of law,
and it will.
If you can be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good one. You know, I don't think I have a specific answer for that one, but I do love the fact that I have the passion for music that I do.
I was gonna say dope ass raps.
Yeah, to where like even when I'm gone, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how long after it'll live on, but my music, I'm gonna still have a voice even when I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I think that's,
I want to be. The thing I think that's dope about music is that my voice will always forever, even if it's not publicly known. Yeah, my kid will always hear my voice.
Absolutely. Even with these podcasts, like it's the same thing. Like
same thing.
You don't have to be a record or some music in the background to hear me talking. You know
just documentation.
Yeah, exactly.
So mine personally would be music. I would want to be remembered for like music and
like what about your music though? The fact that you made music?
Like people have told me like my songs that touch them.
Pedophile. No, I'm just playing.
Of course. First thing that popped in my head. I was trying to think of another way. But like people are like, oh my god, that affected me. I've been through the same thing. Da da da.
No, you do got them ones, bro. You got them boppers that how you sit down and think it for sure.
Yeah. So like I hope I'm remembered for helping somebody. Let's say they want to commit suicide, and I talked you off the ledge.
Probably not. Your songs are sad as fuck, but
people live sad lives.
I understand that. But like,
it's sad, but it's also most of them about him getting through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or coping with it. You should listen.
You should listen.
Yeah.
Because like I just know like the Naked song, which the first one that come to mind because everybody loved that song. But that's the first dope ass rapper. And it's that he's saying, you know what I'm saying, he got the sadness to it, or like how I'm going through this with life, but I'm also dealing with it. You know what I mean? This is how I'm dealing with it. So it might be. You never know. You feel me? A lot of different music touch a lot of different people.
Yeah,
differently too.
Yeah,
sure.
Even like when I talk about like selling drugs, it's literally I'm doing it for this reason. It's not it's not like an anger. You know why? You know why, guys? Because I'm a fucking
Hard
thug.
left turn.
I'm a fucking thug.
Hard left turn.
My
Anyways,
neck broke from the whiplash of that hard.
But yeah, like
ass
even
turn
that, like
just
my shit is like I'm not glorifying selling drugs. I'm just
Right.
saying
We
I had
wasn't
to
out here
do
trying
it.
to be kingpins. We
I was
had to
doing
put
it to
food on the
survive.
table. For sure.
That's it. So that's like when I talk about that, same thing. Talk about my sister. Talk about how I deal with that. Same thing.
Nah, I feel you. You definitely got more of a conscious rap. Like if I was to categorize your song, it would definitely be conscious rap.
Everyone keeps telling me I'm a storyteller, and I don't.
Absolutely.
I'm not really agreeing with it.
That's sad.
But hey, you got to go with like what the people say. So, but yeah, that's what I want to be remembered for. My music, and if it gets people through certain situations, then that's what I want to be remembered for.
Yeah, the impact on people. What about you, Lupe?
I want to start doing like humanitarian work. Again, I'm into astrology, and I believe we all have a purpose in our life, and until we fulfill that purpose or start heading in that route, you won't ever feel fulfilled. You won't ever feel like your reason why you're here, you know? So, and for me, being a Taurus, born April 29th, I'm not telling you what time because birth chart issues. If you know, you know.
It's 24 hours. Figured it out.
But yeah, like for those things, I've always been like if you get into numerology, my number card speaks a lot about humanitarian work. Like that's what my career path should have been like, because I feel I'm very empathetic, and I feel for other people. Anytime there's a disaster, I'm just like, what the hell can I do? You know what? Because I feel helpless. World problems affect me differently than they would affect like normal people.
Get off, Barbie table.
So I feel like my biggest goal is to start doing humanitarian work so I can be remembered by that, by how kind I was, and you know how hard I worked towards helping somebody get through some, you know. So it's pretty much just the effect that I have on people, and just it makes me feel good when I'm able to give someone something or help them through something, even if it's emotional. You know, if I can't do it financially, I want to at least be able to be told like, thank you so much for getting me through that time. Absolutely. Or you know, showing me the ropes and helping me cope with it, or you know, because again, I do suffer from like mental health, and I anytime I hear someone who is experiencing it for the first time or struggling because they don't know how to feel from it, which is another way I wanted to do like counseling work. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the time people just need like guidance through their feelings. They don't really need somebody to sit there and tell them what they need to do. Yeah. They just need to be told like that you're there for them, and that you're there to listen to them, and that this is
crazy for thinking
for thinking the way they do or feeling the way they feel. So that's another way like I want to be remembered. Like, oh, she was always there for me, and she always helped me cope and teach me healthy ways of coping with my mental health.
I ain't gonna lie, that was some of the best advice I got for dealing with a woman. Period.
Yeah,
it's just like don't
write books,
solve
bro.
the problems.
She's a hell of a writer. She should write fucking books.
I've always been told that I should have majored in English because I can articulate words certain ways.
We got out the box publishing,
right?
Just saying,
yeah,
we
got books too.
Right.
Books too. We can make it happen.
And that's another thing I wanted to make a podcast on, honestly, like as a way to kind of like also vent, because
like a
it's
vlog.
Yeah, like a vlog, but like, you know, vocally, like just vocal.
That's how podcasts start, don't it?
Right. Yeah, like people do that. People just talk about like, oh, this is what happened. This is how, and I want to do that. I want to do it more of like my day-to-day things that I do, because sometimes I'll be like,
this might even be better than fucking mouth mics. Sorry.
Okay. Sometimes I'll be like, you know, in a rut. Like I have been, oh my God, this whole week has been horrible. And I was like, I need to do something for myself. I haven't done something for myself in a very long time. So I'm going to do something for myself. And I ordered myself $80 worth of makeup. Do I feel bad? Maybe. But it was really invigorating, and that's not a healthy coping mechanism. But for the moment, that's what's going to do.
Are you an impulse shopper?
No. I do have...
Sometimes.
No, I don't. No, I'm not. If I buy something, it's because I've been eyeing it and I've been waiting for it to either go on sale or something. And if it doesn't, and it's a piece of art, like clothing that will be one, timeless, and two, multi-purpose, I will make the purchase. Like if it's a simple black skirt or, you know, a bodysuit, because bodysuits can be worn with skirts, shorts, jeans, you know, that's a staple in a woman's wardrobe. A coat, a peacoat, those last years because they're only seasonal. Yeah. Things like that, I will do the plunge and spend $100 on a jacket because it's years, you know. The shoes, the Uggs, like,
I was gonna say, with
you know,
shoes,
you have to, because if you care for them, they will last you multiple seasons,
right?
You know, so
somebody once told me you can't be cheap, and will keep you in between your
exactly
feet in the street.
Exactly.
You know,
so exactly. So I'm always not cheap when it comes to things like that. I will take the plunge, but that's what I'm saying. Again, I was using drugstore brands, you know, for a very long time, and I wasn't happy with the way my makeup was looking. So again, that's what I wore, you know, ordered the $80 worth of makeup. And today I woke up, I loaded up my son. I was like, you want to go get a Starbucks? Because that's another way that, like, a drive to Starbucks does something to me. I don't know.
Treat yourself.
You know what I mean? So yeah, we had our Starbucks. We went to Ulta, picked up my order. And then, you know, the big guy was hungry. So I was like, what do you want to eat? He chose In-N-Out. Yeah. Did that, and that was like a good little way of like kind of removing myself and how I was feeling. What? There's no napkins there. So that was one way of like coping with my mental health today.
Absolutely.
And that's that. Like, you're gonna just have to do it sometimes, and I want to be remembered. Like my kid, I know, like these little dates like that, he'll remember.
For sure.
Oh, my mom would take me, you know, with her. Well, we'd wake up sometimes in the morning and go get Starbucks, and I'd run errands with her, and she'd buy me whatever I wanted for lunch, you know. So I like doing things like that because they'll always remember that too.
For sure.
So
I definitely to piggyback on what you said, like, little time that I get with my kid, like,
it's like invigorating. It gives you.
But yeah, even if I don't get remembered for nothing, I want my daughter to always be like, that was my dad. Like, I had the best time with my dad.
For sure.
I loved my dad. You know what I'm saying?
Like those videos I see of like people who lose their dads, I want to be that dad. Like
what?
Like, you know how like there's videos of like all the time they spent with their dad was the best person in the world. Da, da, da. Yeah. I want to be that dad.
Oh yeah, for sure. To have them hold you in that honor like that, yeah, for sure.
I want to know I did everything I could as a father.
Definitely.
But we never got your answer. What about music? What about your music do you want people to remember?
I mean, not everything has to be like maybe his style of music that he did, maybe the way he delivered. Maybe
I feel like just my personality. Just like when you hear my song, you know that's me. Yeah, I feel like it's just the personality. My bad. What'd you say?
No, go ahead.
I just feel like the personality, the way I, you know what I'm saying?
Did we tell a joke?
No. But yeah, no, I just feel like when you hear my music, you're like, oh yeah, that's Jordan. And then the memories
like
flood
that.
in, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. Oh yeah, I remember this and I remember that. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just, you know what I'm saying? I just hope I left an impression in people's mind that bring them a smile, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Well, exactly. You know, last year I almost thought I had to, so.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, it was almost over for you, boy, last year. But I'm here. That's why we doing this. We're going hard.
What else we got?
Oh.
Good answers, everybody. Good answers.
Oh, my Lord. If you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say?
Stop fucking being so mad and sensitive all the fucking time.
Pretty much.
Grow a pair of ball sacks and man up.
Like, man, was sarcasm not a thing when we was kids?
Yeah.
Like,
if I had it, I'm literally Fuck off, you pansies.
All right, that's a bit aggressive.
That's very aggressive.
No, I wouldn't say that. Basically, I'd do the same thing. Like,
you'd waste your 30 seconds doing this shit.
Your time's up. They already buzzed you out, buddy.
Yeah, with you guys always interrupting me.
Fuera.
Man, I gotta show you how to calm down on that aggression, man. Like there's a time and a place.
I'm a fucking thug.
No, you're a California bear. Hey.
There you go. There you go.
I'm a fucking thug.
No.
Stop.
Anyways,
that's annoying.
So yeah, what would your answer be? Start from the left.
I forgot the question.
Oh, if you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say?
Oh, I stand on my answer.
Oh, you know what I would do?
What?
So you can find me at IG at Codyak Music, Facebook, Codyak, Spotify, Apple Music,
Why
Codyak,
didn't I think of this?
YouTube, Out the Box Productions, Codyak. Just type in Codyak, it'll pop up. Codyak. And for all those who are misunderstood about how my name is pronounced, it's not Cody AK. It's not Cody. It's not Codyak. It's Codyak.
Yo.
All right.
Yo, we should get Jasleen in here to explain why your name is pronounced the way she pronounced it, bro. No, she says Codyak.
Codyak.
Codyak. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because, yes, that's right. Because no, there's not 2 D's or 2 Y's.
2 Y's.
2 Y's. She needs the 2 Y's.
No. Oh. So, I did my 30 seconds. Feel free to do your 30 seconds.
Oh, no,
I did my 30 seconds. He still stands with his...
Still stands on it.
Well, that's...
Stop being so fucking sensitive, America.
Yeah.
Sometimes a joke is just that. A joke. Take it as that. If you feel some type of way, then just read the room. Read the situation. Is he or they picking on me? Or is this something that I'm just being overly sensitive
Or
about?
is that something internal within themselves?
Exactly. Not everybody is out to get you.
Are they, what is it called?
Pussies.
No, when they're projecting.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. 100%.
For sure.
100%.
Your 30 seconds.
I don't know.
Think about it.
I don't know. That's a lot of pressure. I don't know.
Stop wearing white after Labor Day. No, I'm just playing. I never understood that concept.
Yeah, like I hate that they do that trick. I'm like, bitch.
Oh, well, that's gonna suck because all I wear is white tees.
No, pants. You can't wear white pants.
Is that what it is?
Labor Day.
Somebody told me it was white everything. I was like, well, damn, those people who wear tighty righties, they
no white. Yeah, like, I think it's like either like an all white outfit or like all white pants. I always was told white pants.
All I know is Days Love taught me that was godly.
But you know what? I hate it because it's like I like me a white pants, denim shirt, brown riding boot moment. Don't call me basic, but whatever. White pants are nice. Like
white pants are timeless.
Yeah. So
I never had none, but I do want them.
Only time you don't wear them is in the wintertime, especially when it's raining.
Right.
For sure.
You don't want to.
Everyone's gonna see you.
Or when the wind is blowing.
Chonies.
If you're in the dust, man. Tracy, when I wore some white pants, right, walking through Tracy in the dust, boy.
Yeah, your pants weren't white.
Dusty.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Man. So your 30 seconds would be like Codyak Music at IG.com, TikTok, Codyak Music, right?
No, it would be like,
Jay the Fly Guy Music at Young.
Oh, plug yourself, guy. Plug yourself.
You gotta do something, you know what I'm saying?
It would be,
Peace and love.
Yeah, vibing and thriving.
Ooh.
Badass mother.
Was that a t-shirt?
No.
Ooh, we about to make it a t-shirt.
A la chingada with your mala vibras.
Which
fuck your bad vibes. Bad vibes.
On mi madre.
And stop being a narcissist and go get mental help. Go see a therapist.
Absolutely.
Honestly, go talk to somebody.
Not everything is about you, people.
Yeah, just go talk to somebody. It helps. Man. I promise. Like I feel like if we got a hold on that, the world would be a very different place.
Man, just stop taking it so personal.
Yeah, like if we were all mentally stable enough to be like, if we were all mentally stable enough to realize that, like when you come across a crazy person, you're just like, bless your heart. Right. And I hope you have a great day because I'm not going to disturb this inner peace that I've been working on for so long with your like craziness right now. Yeah.
For one, it has absolutely
nothing to do with me. Yeah, exactly.
Nothing to do with me.
So please just step away before.
Mind your own business.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got to do. Mind your own business.
So yeah, mind your business.
Straight up.
Mind the business that pays you.
Straight up.
So yeah,
and it ain't mine.
mind the business that pays you. Get the mental help that you need. Go fuck yourself with your bad vibes, and we vibing and thriving out here.
I actually have a question that's not in those notes.
Straight up.
A couple episodes ago, we ended saying the next episode was going to be about the trauma we've dealt with. We said that the trauma from our parents. We were going to talk about that and how it affects you later on in life and gives you your mental health.
If I could make a comment on that, I actually just watched a TikTok about a Mexican actress that they asked her, why didn't you have children? And she's like, my childhood wasn't the best and I wasn't about to transmit that trauma onto someone else. Much respect. What the fuck?
That's the most
you didn't have kids
you
because you were consciously capable of understanding that you don't have the emotional, you are actually emotionally damaged enough to not be able to emotionally sustain another human, because for the first 18 years of their lives at the least, you are responsible for every emotional damage that happens to that child, any type of physical damage, any type of mental damage, anything that happens to them within at least those first 18 years, you are completely responsible for that, and you are completely responsible for how you deal with it and what type of trauma you put. That's a lot
of responsibility.
Exactly, and some people don't have the mental capacity to have that much responsibility, but they do have the mental capacity to make that decision to not have children.
Kudos to anyone that doesn't want to have children.
Exactly, because you are making that conscious decision that you're not gonna put that on somebody else. You're just gonna be you, and the people that are here can deal with you, but you're not gonna make another you for people to deal with, because that's literally what it is. And it's usually the things you hate the most about your parents that you end up being, because that is the most thing you.
For sure, I am exactly like my father. Did not want to be like that.
Yeah. He just had a realization the other day, because one thing he does say about his dad is that he didn't play enough with them, right? And he thought back and he was like, wait, my dad was 33 years old when he had me. So by the time I was Luca's age, he had to have been 38, damn near 40, right? And that's why he wasn't trying to get up and do nothing, because you're 33. You had him at 27. And you still don't want to do shit with him at 33 because you're so tired.
My dad did disprove my whole theory.
Oh, that's right. He
said, but I was active. I was in the gym. I worked and I played softball. You ain't do none of that with me.
Yeah, he didn't have enough energy to play with him because he had already exhausted all his energy on extracurricular activities, which is fine because he exhausts himself in the studio. He exhausts himself doing other things, going out of town, doing music videos, not as common as his dad played softball or went to the gym. But nonetheless, it's all about choices. And when you're not emotionally mature enough, you make those decisions where you'd rather do something else than spend time with your children. And we all do that. We all make that subconscious choice.
I'll be in the studio and I'm like, I'm gonna go outside.
Or he'll be playing video games after Mateo has already asked him to play video games with him. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and I'll go play some video games with them. The other couple weeks ago, we were outside. She was smoking. I just got off work. The boys were out there playing, and he's all. I fucked my finger up at work. Remember I told you? So, and I'm right-handed, so I was like, all right. He's like, you want to play catch? I was like, no, because my finger's fucked up. And I was like, I could throw good enough with my left hand. Was throwing the ball to him left-handed.
Yeah, at this point, it's not even about
it's not
training
the accuracy
or anything.
He just wants to play.
Yeah, just spend some quality time. Again, we take little mom and son dates, and we went to San Francisco Sunday hiking, and he saw the views. We went to Land's End, or Point Lobos, however many people know by it. We hiked that Land's End trail. saw like the coast and the Golden Gate Bridge, and it was beautiful. And we came back and went to the Cheesecake Factory and had lunch and all that good stuff. And he was just over the moon. He was like, "Oh my God, I haven't had such a great day." Like his spirits were up, and he just seemed happy. And he was like, I loved coming out with you to do these things and be around." He was like, next time, he was like, "That's a really nice park." He was like, "Maybe next time Daddy can come and we'll throw the football around." Like that's just something he enjoyed doing with him. So now all he thinks about is like the different opportunities or different places where he can do that quality time with him. Like, oh fuck, well next time Daddy and Luca can come and we can go to that park right there, and Daddy can throw the ball at me, and we'll play catch there. Like, and then again he learned about like those the Wazi app cars, and like how they like ride through the city, and he was just like, "Why is there so many of those? Why do they have so many cameras on them? Blah 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 blah." Like, it was cool to watch him learn about things and be out, of the house and learning different things and seeing how the tech world works and different areas. Because that's one thing I will say about my parents. My dad always wanted me to know. He made sure I knew my northeast, southwest. He taught me how to take directions and give directions. He taught me how to read a map. And so he gave me the sense of direction that I needed. So when I'm driving in big cities like that, I can keep up. Like he was very proud when he saw me drive in San Francisco for the first time, and he was like, "Oh, I think you're ready for Mexico City." And if you're from Mexico City, if you can drive in Mexico City, you can drive anywhere. Like it's crazy. And so, it's just little things like that, with your kids. And
yeah, because like I don't really have memories of my dad like that, but I have memories with Jake's dad and then my stepdad. And then, mom's fucked me up too, so that's a whole... You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. my relationship with my real dad, my relationship with my stepdad is like night and day. You know what I'm saying? Like, rest in peace, my stepdad, but he was the one who taught me the man side of being a man. You know what I'm saying? Like changing the oils, cutting grass.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Cooking. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily say budgeting, but he would be the one to be like,
you gotta save money.
You gotta save, to where like when I go to my dad's, it was more like the cool, you know what I'm saying? To where,
he was the Disneyland dad. That's what I call Mateo's dad, the Disneyland dad.
Exactly.
He want to be more your friend than your dad.
Well, yeah.
No, it was just fun over there because
yeah.
he never really got to see him, so the rules were able to be bent just a little bit.
I ain't never had no Disneyland parents. That'd be nice.
No, like when I would come home, it would be times where I would be like, I don't want to come home.
Yeah.
It's finna go back to regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, see, my dad...
But if you think about it, if you would have stayed with your dad, that would have been regularly scheduled programming, and you don't know what that feels like. You don't know what that is like. So
yeah, that's only cool to have in spurts because that's what makes it so great.
And I don't think I grew up spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of that.
Right.
Because it was something I had to work for.
Yep. But at the same time, it was good to know that you had that backup.
Exactly.
For whenever your stable home didn't work out.
Exactly. Because my brother, on the other hand, Fat, he didn't have the access to his pops like that. Like, his dad was all the way in Michigan.
That's right. He has family out there. Yeah.
And it was never a close knit relationship like that. So he didn't never have that. So when I would go to my dad's house, it would make him feel some type of way, which I completely understand. But it's nothing I can do about it. It's not my fault.
I can say the same thing with my dad to Jake's dad. Jake's dad was fucking awesome. Yeah. Fucking awesome. We go on bike rides. We go on bike rides to the park to play basketball, football, frisbee, fucking anything. And we'll come home, hang out. He'll cook us some fucking food. Later that night, we're playing board games, fucking all kinds of shit. Yeah. My dad sat in a recliner.
Yeah.
And watch shit that his kids didn't want to watch. Yeah, it wasn't even like a family show that everybody could watch together. So it was like
MASH or something.
Some
Western
or
movies.
even if it was football. Like I've never been into sports like that, and he was a sports guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like that, and then like when they divorced, and then I lived with my mom and my stepdad. My dad's it wasn't a great place to be, but it was an escape from my mom's house.
Facts. And that's what my dad's was too. It was always the escape. Like Friday night, I'm packed, ready to go.
Is it 5 o'clock yet?
Man, and I'm not coming back until Sunday nighttime.
9.
Like,
Did your dad ever
to go to sleep?
Did your dad ever tell you he was coming and not show up?
Hasn't every dad did that?
Yeah, exactly.
It was horrible. Sucks when I see him do it because I'm like, fuck.
But see, look though, all right. So as a kid, yeah, it would hurt because I would hear my mama talking to shit. But now as a dad and living life.
And actually knowing that some things do come up.
Stuff does come up. I can understand. You feel me? It was never like it was a
see, that would be okay with my dad. My dad don't have a life.
Saying?
My dad goes to work and comes home.
Bro,
so
you know like my dad is tapped in with Tony. Raphael Sadiq is my dad partner. Like partner, bro.
So
like,
why don't we know Raphael Sadiq?
Oh my god.
Listen, I don't know.
I'm just saying he could come like a hug.
But I'm just
Raphael
saying
Sadiq is dope as fuck.
When I find out stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga has shit to do. For sure.
Oh yeah.
That's
for sure
how he has friends like this because he was out trying to do something.
Yeah, my dad went home and sat in a recliner.
You don't know that because he had plenty of girlfriends, so he was somewhere finding them bitches.
He was somewhere.
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna pick pussy over my kid though.
You've never been in that situation.
I was just gonna say you would never be. Not saying that I would have either, but there's times where I've been like, could I go and do? You know, is what I'm gonna do with Jasleen more important than me leaving right now?
Yeah. No. Is it going to affect her? Does she even want to do anything? Does she even want to come with me? Right. Is it okay if you stay? Which when I see it and I didn't give my baby daddy any type of heat when
over my kid.
No, I understand that, but I never gave a shit, honestly, because it's like I gave a shit that he made him cry, of course, but I never cared that he didn't show up. I'm like, go ahead, do your thing, dude. Like, who the fuck am I to stop you? I don't care.
Right, because life don't stop when you got a kid. You just gotta make time.
You just gotta make time, and that's fine. And when he made it a habitual thing, that's when it bothered me.
Absolutely.
And that's when I started telling him the same thing. You're picking pussy over your child right now, and why does this bitch not know you have a kid? Why don't you bring her? Let's all meet her.
Oh yeah, see,
at this point, she's that important where you're now giving up your kid's time to spend it with her. So why not make it a family affair?
Pussy gonna be everywhere. Your kid gonna be a kid.
Exactly,
bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would never pick pussy over my kid for that reason.
If you are choosing that to choose up with that pussy or with that woman or whatever. I know you guys are gonna come for me and be like, you're a girl and you're calling it that. I don't fucking care.
I'd be
suck it up.
I'd be upset if you called it anything else.
Anyway, no, but I'm saying like I'm all derogatory. As a woman, I should be like,
vagina,
classy.
Yeah, and
vagina.
Like you just want me for my goodies. Whatever. I don't fucking care. Anyways, if you're going to choose to spend time with that person obviously has to be fun enough, important enough, and you love or feel some type of way for that person.
Absolutely.
So why not make the jump, right? Again, you're choosing your child's this time
choosing
with this
your selfish
girl.
needs over
your child. So like, why not include them?
Right.
Why doesn't she want to include them? As a woman, I'd be like, isn't it your weekend? Because I'm sure you're actually gonna be I forgot it was this weekend. Well, that's fine. We can take him. As a woman, as a mother, and that's one thing that bothers me about my baby's dad's girlfriend. Like, you're a mom, bitch, and you don't even push this dude to be a better dad. Like, you literally run your mouth about your baby's father and about how bad he is, but you're allowing your boyfriend
to take care of the kid.
To do that to his child.
Because he's taking care of her kid.
Yeah, because exactly.
For selfish needs.
And so
she ain't trying to share that.
Right. And she's being and it's like, I can't respect a woman like that, because if I, as a mom, understand that I need to do 75%, not even 50, 70, 80% for my kid, and I feel like she should think that of herself too. She should be picking up the slack that her baby daddy is slacking. So not my baby daddy shouldn't be picking up your fucking slack.
Right.
You need to pick up your baby daddy slack, just how I'm picking up my baby daddy slack. The least I expect from him is to spend time with him. That's all I ask. I don't care about the money. I care about the time, because that is going to be the emotional damage that you're going to do to my child.
And they only be kids for so long.
Exactly. And he's already choosing up on his dad.
And that's why I tell her all the time, I'm like, my dumb ass is still chasing my dad's love. I'm 30, about to be 33. He was just talking to his dad, and his dad was like, "What's wrong, dude? Why aren't you talking?" He was like, "Well, you don't never talk." And then
you don't have a conversation.
The way his dad flipped it, and the narcissistic way he does.
Yeah.
Well, every time I call you, you're on your game, and
you're doing something. You're never paying attention to me. Why do I always have to start the conversation?
Literally, instead of being
the adult, you're the dad.
Instead of being like, "Oh, okay, son. Well, let's just talk later then."
Yeah.
Or how about, let's tell me how you're feeling today. Are you feeling okay today? Your mom told me you've been going to therapy.
Universal kid question. How was school?
How was school?
It's the universal kid question.
What did you learn today?
Exactly.
Did you and your friends play anything different at recess? If you did, how do you play it? Exactly. Maybe you're playing it differently. It's always the and. Like and what else happened?
Right.
And what did you say? And how did you feel? There's multiple and questions you can continue with. And at that
he'll
point,
literally be like, "What'd you do today? What'd you eat today? Tacos?
Yum.
Okay.
Or
It is the most. It is the driest.
And then it's
Sahara
silent.
dry.
And then it goes like that for a minute. And then they'll both be like, "Hello? Are you still there?" Because it's been quiet for so long.
Yeah, no, me and Jasleen on the phone. You would think that was my partner from high school. I'm trying to tell you.
I literally talked to Luke. Same thing with Mateo, Luca when they call me. A full-blown conversation.
Full-blown.
About nothing.
Man.
You know Luca. And so I jumped on the
Look, tell him the conversation he had with Eric.
Oh my God. So he called his grandma. And his grandma left her phone at home, and her boyfriend answered it. And he was like, "Hi, Grandpa. Where's Grandma?" And he was just like, "Oh, hi, Luca. She went to the store. She left her phone." And she was like, "Oh, all right. What are you doing?" And he was just like, "Just here at the house, just got off work. What are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, just here at home. I'm sick." And he was just like,
"Just going on.
You're sick." He was like, "What's wrong with you?" And he was like, "Well, it's just a runny nose and a cough. I'm fine. It's all right." And Eric was like, "Oh, all right. Well, get better soon so you can come over. I miss you." And he was just like, "I miss you too." He was like, "You miss me?" And he was like, "Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. I miss you, buddy." And he was just like, "All right, maybe this weekend if I feel better, all right?" He was like, "I'll call Grandma and I'll tell her." And he was like, "All right." He was like, "Is there anything else you want to tell me?" Like, this is his grandpa. Like, is that it? Like, he was like, "Oh yeah, tell Grandma I called." And he was just like, "Oh, all right, is that it?" And he was like, "Well," and then he started rambling and trying to tell him a story, and Eric's just sitting there listening to him, and he was like, "All right, buddy, well, I'll tell your grandma you called." No, he's like, "All right, buddy, well, I'll let you go." And he was like, "What are you gonna tell Grandma?" And he was like, that you called. And he was like, "I'll tell her to call you back." And he's like, "Oh, all right, Grandpa, I love you." And he was like, "I love you too, buddy. I'll talk to you later." And he was like, "All right." And he's like, "Hang up." And Luca hung up, and
point being, 5-year-old has a better conversation than a 28-year-old.
Damn.
Yeah. And so, like, he sat there, and his grandma calls back, and he's like, "What did Grandpa say?" Like, that's the first thing he tells her. "What did Grandpa say?"
Yeah. This motherfucker better have told you I called you.
And then she was just like, "That you called me." And he was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, dang. He said, "Yeah, like, you better have told her that I called."
That's hella funny.
He's hella funny. Like, that kid has so much personality.
How would you say the trauma from your childhood has affected you as an adult?
Okay, so my mom's favorite thing was to not let me go outside, no matter what the fuck was going on, bro. If I didn't clean my room, if I didn't motherfucking wash a dish, clean the bathroom, whatever she felt like I didn't do, I couldn't go outside.
That tough love shit.
So now,
Babs is the definition of tough love,
bro. I'm telling you. So now, I am perfectly okay with staying inside, bro. Like, it'd be a whole fucking world going on outside. Jordan is perfectly okay with his blunt and his TV show. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that I hate that about myself because I want to be that outgoing person. But even when I do put myself in outgoing situations, uncomfortable as fuck. Like I can't like
being out your comfort zone is not.
Is that what that is? Because I was never allowed to leave my home,
and
ever.
I think that's what it is. You become complacent. You become comfortable with the indoors.
I was allowed to do whatever the fuck I wanted.
And I'm an introvert as it is, so I'm already not finna be going out of my way to.
And see, I was never an introvert. I was always a very bubbly, outgoing little girl, like active, and my light kept getting dimmer and dimmer, like fucking Tinkerbell. You know what I mean? Until they finally like killed all my spirits inside of me, because it's like I'm a teenage girl trying to go to the movies with my nieces. At that, my younger nieces are allowed to go to the movies, but I am not.
Our parents swore that everything that we was doing was fucking. It was
horrible.
We were robbing something, doing something bad.
Yeah,
it was never like normal kid shit. Like
going to the movies.
I was not raised that way at all.
Or walking to the mall, or not walking to the mall, but walking around the mall. And then on top of that, my sister would be dropping us off, not like and picking us up. So my parents had nothing to worry about, and they still wouldn't allow me to go anywhere. Oh, but catch me.
Granted, her nieces are the same fucking age as her.
That's what I'm saying. They're younger than me. One of them is 3 months older, but technically, like,
but
they're younger.
It's still your circle, though.
Right?
It's still your circle of age,
exactly. But I catch me at church Monday, Wednesday, Friday for group, and like whatever prayer group or whatever they had. The little bitches in prayer groups, whores. That is where I met the people that would sneak me out on Friday nights at 11 o'clock at night, because those were the older girls that my mom wanted me to hang out with at church.
I was always told church girls are the freakiest bitches.
Those older girls were the same ones that had boyfriends with cars because they were 17, 18 years old.
Are you Catholic?
I am.
And you were kicking it with Catholic girls?
Catholic girls.
Those are the horiest.
Oh, boy.
Those are capital W.
Man.
Yeah. So I was going out with them and sneaking out with them. And I'm like, this is what you want? Instead of allowing me to go out throughout the day with my nieces to the mall and the movies, where I'm going to be already socialized enough that I'm not going to want to leave at night. I'm going to come home, talk to my boyfriend, hop on wherever, play my phone, text my friends. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be coming home, showering, relaxing, going to bed, because tomorrow I might be going to the park and meeting up with my friends or something. But no, I was up at, till like 4 or 5 in the morning. Sometimes I would get home at like 5 in the morning on a Sunday morning and have to be up by 6:30 and like wash my face, put my hair up, get ready for church.
What would be the point of going to sleep?
I wouldn't. Sometimes I'd be drunk in church.
And you'd be chilling with these Catholic girls? They be in there drunk too in church? Yeah. Yo, that's wild.
And then after, they would sell pozole and menudo, and we just fucking sit there and cackle about all the shit we did.
That Motel 6 party was crazy.
That's
like,
wild.
Did you go to sleep? No. Did you? No. Someone was like, bitch, look, my makeup stayed on. So I was good. I told my mom I was up since 5 in the morning. That's why she heard all the noise. And she believed me. And I told her that I had been doing my makeup.
Wow.
Bitch. I was just like, yeah. So
I'm glad I wasn't raised like that.
That's what I'm saying. And at the same time, I did what I should have done in my 20s and my 16, 17 years of, like, when I was that old, so that is another reason why I feel like I became an introvert, because I was done with that.
Yeah. Lockdown, I'm sneaking out to go do this shit.
For sure.
I'm sneaking out.
And then, you have kids early, so you're tired of working and taking care of the kids and stuff like that. So it leads to more damage than anything else. Like, you sheltering your kids, you're gonna damage them.
Your social life, everything.
There's a better way of sheltering your kids and keeping them away from doing things, or especially if you're not gonna do anything with them.
Right.
That's horrible. That's one thing I always tell myself. My kids want to go to Six Flags, let's go. My kids want to have their, invite their friends and have their parties at John's Incredible Pizza, let's go. Right. Bowling, let's go. As long as you're enjoying yourself doing things I don't want you to be told, hey, we're going to San Francisco. You want to go? Because we've never gone. No, I want you to be like, I've already gone. It's good.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I don't have to ditch school to go to San Francisco. My mom takes me on Saturday.
Right.
Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to be pressured or like needing
and
a
that's
social interaction.
Because like my mom, my dad was different, but I didn't grow up with him. So my mom was like, she was always high, so she didn't pay attention to us. So I'm in Hayward. We live in Hayward. I'm in fucking Fremont. She don't know where I'm at. We don't have phones. We live in Hayward. I'm in fucking Pittsburgh. I'm fucking everywhere. My mom is not paying attention to shit to where I'm at. I could have fucking broke my leg. Anything could have happened.
Teenager, 15, 14.
You're 13 15, years old, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mom went around with older kids because those are what you are left to be exposed by when you don't have.
And then she'd want to step in because I'm hanging out with the gangbangers, and she thinks I'm gonna get jumped into the gang.
It's like these motherfuckers have been raising
you can't
me.
hang out with you can't hang out with Raymond no more. They're gonna jump you into the gang. This, and that.
You didn't care.
All of a sudden?
Yeah, you didn't care 6 months ago.
Right.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
so it's like, and then I had such free reigns to do whatever the fuck I wanted, but I'm naturally an introvert anyways. You see me, I don't leave the studio.
Man, bro.
I don't like going nowhere. I hate being out. I hate it.
But me too, though. I feel like when I go out, bro, like it's almost like I don't know how to conduct myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
It's just I'm telling you, my partner will always tell me when we go out. He'd be like, "Man, it's always like walking around with security with you because I'm always just looking around."
Shoulder,
you know what I'm
same.
saying? Like, everybody having a good time. I'm watching everybody have a good time.
It's so funny because like I'll be in a public place looking over my shoulder. You make other people nervous by how nervous you are, because then they start looking over their shoulders like, what are you looking at? You know, it's so funny. I just did that the other day. I was like looking around and the girl behind me is like, what the fuck? What are you looking at? You know, and it's like, sorry, I'm just paranoid. I don't want to make you paranoid, but that's just. And I was reading something on Instagram the other day about like generational trauma like that, like what parents do to you. So it says, having toxic parents or a toxic family is more challenging than those with relatively functional families can imagine. Nothing is ever a simple conversation. Almost everything is riddled with passive aggression, subliminals, and trauma and projection. These individuals usually tend to grow up as highly paranoid individuals, believing that everyone is speaking in code, or they obsessively look for hidden meanings behind what others are saying, even if there is no gain or benefit in understanding. They just want to know what people are saying because, like, they want to know because you might be talking about me, and I related so much to that.
I feel like you're speaking my truth right now.
Because
like
I literally just felt that the other day. So I went into a burrito place, ordered 2 burritos, card declined, whatever. There was money in there at the end of the day for some fucking weird reason, but it declined at that place. There was a group
because that bank is fucking retarded.
The nurse, there was a
like really stupid.
Yeah, like it said, I had $0, and then
like they'll
a few
take
hours
money.
later,
They'll
there
take
was
money from you
$40 in there.
Yeah, they'll take money from you, and then a day later you have all that money back.
$100. Yeah, you have like $100 in there.
Fucking
it's
bank.
Bank of Stockton. If you're not old, don't bank there. It's for old people. I swear to God, people
who spend money once a week.
It's people who don't use their credit card or their debit card as much, and they've told us that, like, oh, it's because you use your debit card a lot, and it's hard. Like, it's hard they're still working off like everything in writing.
The 80s.
So
wow.
Anyways, I felt that, you know, I went in there, card got declined. Homegirl was staring at me tough. Anyways, to begin with, when I walked in, so I was like, all right, I walk out, I go put my so I was like, great, well then I guess I'm just taking 1 burrito. Can I get my soda though? I still want that. And he was just like, yeah. And so they made, you know, I went to go take the soda out, come back in. When I left the establishment, they were talking, the group of nurses, they were talking, blah blah. The bitch that was staring tough was a part of them. So when I walk out, they're talking, and when I walk in, they're like all staring at me in hush. Right? And I'm like, So I walk, I look at her, she's looking at me, I walk, and it eats me up. Again, this whole shit. So I turned around and I was like, do I know you? And she just like looked at me and I was like, oh no, because you're staring at me like you do. I was just like, but I mean, say something if you really want to say something.
Right.
You know, and
then plus like, she's embarrassed too, so like
because my card got declined, so it's already like, and because I'm not the
anxiety start kicking in.
Yeah, because of the sensitivity to things that I don't know why. You know, I'm always thinking something because again, the toxic environment that I grew up in. So yeah, I grabbed my burrito and I'm like, you fucking dumb bitch, literally loud enough. I wish you would say something. She didn't. She stayed professional because she's in scrubs and I know she's right across the street from St. Joseph's, so she's probably on lunch. Isn't trying to get dragged on lunch, so she kept quiet. I walked out with the burrito. My soda was already in the car, but whatever. And I was just like, normal people wouldn't react like that. Normal people wouldn't even notice that they stopped talking when they walked in. You know what I mean? But because I'm so hypersensitive and I'm so hyperly aware to everything around me,
because your card declined, you think everybody watching you.
Exactly, and that's what it says. Even if there's no gain or benefit, what the fuck am I gonna gain by knowing that if they were talking about me?
Right.
They still talked about me. Right. There's no gain or benefit to that, right? It's truly an acquired skill not to become triggered. And these are the same individuals who usually grow up to be hypersensitive, almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. They are accused of overreacting because the toxic family members truly believe their abuse should be digested when it is not. And the individual expresses sadness, anger, or discomfort. They are made to feel as if their reactions are wrong, as if they are confused about the nature of what's going on. Because the abuse is usually more covert, it can cause actual delusionment. Like you start thinking like, again, I always ask Daniel, am I being the fucking asshole here? Like, am I tripping right now? Like, should this be a problem? Because you sit there and again, growing up in a Hispanic first generation immigrant child, it's a all for all type of mentality. You win, we all win. Anybody in this, like anything you buy for yourself is for the household, so buy enough,
right?
You know, like, and that's how Mexicans are. You can ask anybody, it's all about family, one for all, for like all for one,
it's all about
type
family,
shit.
because her mom told her like, your friends ain't shit, you need to worry about your
That's
family.
another thing. I was raised being told that my friends are not my friends. That my friends don't have the best interest in my well-being.
So you can't trust nobody.
I can't trust anybody. I can't even trust myself half the time because I was questioned for every action I made. Why are you putting garlic salt in your eggs? Why are you boiling water with this and that? Why are you cooking? Why are you dressed like that? Why does your hair look like this? Why are you sleeping? Why are you tired? Why are you listening to that type of music? Why don't you eat that? Why don't you eat less? Why don't you look like this? It was a constant why. And I'm like, if you don't know, how the fuck should I? I'm the fucking child.
Right.
You know, and it was just a constant like, well, why do I want to eat that? Well, why do I feel like that? I should respect them. These thoughts I shouldn't be having because I should never think about my parents like that.
That's the most fucked up advice we done got as a kid. Respect all your elders.
Yeah, fuck my elders.
That's the most fucked up. Fucked up shit.
That is the biggest fraud fucking saying you could tell somebody.
Bruh.
Fuck them. You're not gonna talk to me any kind of way just because you're older than me. You can suck a dick.
Fuck that, bro.
I will knock your old ass out.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
I hear that shit.
Yeah.
Respect your elders.
No,
Nigga, what?
That's that 90s shit that's the shit that our parents taught them and their parents taught them. That's
when the adults were more respectable.
Very much. Sure. When the adults stopped lowering themselves to our standard. And that's what I tell my mom all the time. I'm like, I'm an adult. I'm not a child anymore. Like, she tries to hit me and I'm like, ma'am, I can literally call the cops on you.
Right.
Like, that's
This is assault. This is assault.
We are
you're not
two
just hitting your
grown
kid
individuals.
no more. You're hitting an adult.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not child abuse anymore, because even when it was a kid, it was child abuse.
For sure.
Now it's assault. You're assaulting your child.
For sure.
And the fact that you don't have that barrier and that self-respect for your children, like, we all deserve an ass whooping. Don't get me wrong. Discipline is a very big factor in a child's life.
Yeah.
Abuse, though,
Right.
that's a different story.
Right.
And
then when you grow up, you can't tell what's
nothing.
abuse and what's not.
Exactly.
No more. It's like,
because
you don't know the difference.
this shit is normal. Like,
exactly. Your parents literally set you up for the toxic relationships that you have.
If you're verbally abused, you're gonna grow up and allow yourself to be verbally abused.
Yeah, because you can't tell if it's verbal abuse or not. I'm used to it.
My mom, for instance, used to get her ass beat by her dad. Dog shit beat out of her.
Whips
Horse
and all.
whips,
Yeah.
Fucking anything. He
Bloody bats.
punch her in the fucking nose, right?
Type
Jeez.
shit. Yeah.
My stepdad used to beat the dog shit out of my mom. I've watched my mom fly across rooms, go in an ambulance, bloody face and all.
And she will be the first person to tell you that the reason she left his dad was because he wasn't combative enough. He didn't fight enough back.
She liked it. I've asked her before. I was like, why? I was like, how come you left my dad who never touched you, but you stay with him and he beat you up? And she was like, I like it.
So she chose her own selfish whatever for the...
The cold part is that's not uncommon. Though.
No, but the children are the ones that get to live with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're
uncommon.
Partners.
That's
because
literal
they
nice
can't,
guys finish last.
Yes. And then their partners are the ones that suffer because they're emotionally immature to an extent. Because, and this is another thing I found out, a lot of people who suffer trauma, usually their emotional stage stays in that age frame.
Stunted,
because your brain is like, whoa, what happened here?
I've never had no one to
help you move forward with
I'm the
those
only
emotions.
one that's ever helped me cope with anything. So
exactly.
I am the only one who can help me cope with anything.
So when you first started coping, was 5-6 years old. So you know how to cope like a 5-6-year-old. How do 5-6-year-olds cope? They cry. They throw tantrums. They get mad.
They lock themselves in the room and be quiet.
And exactly remove themselves from people and all that. So you grow older and now you're the one that's giving the silent treatment. The silent treatment can do so much damage to a relationship. It's been proven that you are telling that other person that they're not important enough for you to speak to them. You are telling that person that you can physically walk by them and be able to not acknowledge them.
It's literally two unhealed children trying to be adults in adult situations, but you're literally children not healed.
Yeah.
Because
that's literally what we're explaining is me and Lupe's problem.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. When you were talking about what you were talking about on the phone, that shit instantly took me back to a breakup, and it was like, to the point where I was like, "Damn, am I tripping?" Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was getting told, "Oh, you tripping? You did this before. You shouldn't be mad. Take that. That's whatever."
But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about my emotions. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I did stuff, but like I'm upset right now. That's just what it is.
How are you going to? No, we're not doing. And it's because people are not emotionally.
There's plenty of fish in the sea.
Okay, not even that from the person telling you, "Oh, you did this to me. What are you tripping on?"
Oh,
you know
yeah, like they're pointing out your flaws, and you're just
that's
like
that narcissistic shit right there.
Yeah, you're like, okay, but like that happened, that we resolved, that we moved forward, right?
I thought we did.
Exactly. Like I thought we moved forward, but that's why you're doing this. Oh, that's why you're cold. Oh, that's why you cheated, because I talked to someone first.
Man.
Or you caught me having a conversation with someone. Yeah. So now you felt the need to no, you're not emotionally mature enough to dissolve that issue and be like, all right, we're starting new from here.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't say it was deeper than just talking.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, then, but as long as you accept it and you move forward,
I understand. Okay, any situation of whether it be talking, fucking, any situation of infidelity, I feel like if you can sit there, assess the situation, like, you know what, I could forgive you for it. We can move past this. Obviously, there's still going to be that guard up.
Right.
There's still going to be the guard because you did do me dirty.
Right.
So
and that's understandable.
There's always going to be the guard. But you should not move forward with the situation. You should split. If you're going to hold this against me forever, we need to just kindly separate.
Your emotions aren't going to develop deeper for me, and you're going to stay again because that was traumatic for you. And you're going to stay in that emotional state that you felt that day for me. And that is how you're going to react from now on. Don't do that. If you are not emotionally,
that's not a healthy relationship at all.
No, if you're not emotionally mature to grow from that with that person and be like, nah, what the fuck? Like, I'm gonna need you to do this, this, and that.
Right.
You know, to an extent too, because it's like, don't be toxic either. You know, like let's go to therapy. Let's go if you're a married couple.
For sure.
My thing is, if you're gonna take the steps to tell somebody, okay, I forgive you, we can get past this and this and that.
For sure.
Don't use it years later on some shit to try to justify what you got going on.
It shouldn't be brought up.
That's my whole point.
Exactly.
Shouldn't be brought up because
it's a whole new ball game now.
Because you made the decision to stick it out, knowing what had happened. You knew I had sex with somebody.
Yeah.
And you chose to stay with me,
exactly.
knowing this situation, knowing how upset you are.
When the Warriors play somebody, they don't play them again with the same score they had for the last game.
They don't start off.
They don't start off 176, 176.
It's a clean slate.
It's a clean slate, and that's what it's.
And again, I understand the walls. I understand the barriers now.
Absolutely,
I understand that, but you chose to stick it out.
Exactly.
So therefore, don't be throwing this shit in my face.
Yeah.
Don't.
Or when I get mad, you be like, nah, but you did this.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
You didn't fucking. You didn't plunge the toilet,
man.
What about that one time you fucked that bitch?
Right, exactly. And and that brings me to the point of like when you say you stuck in that emotional state, because I don't feel like there was a genuine solution or a genuine solving of the problem.
It wasn't fulfilled.
It wasn't fulfilled. Yeah, it wasn't to where I'm like, okay, understand.
Problem solved.
Yeah, exactly. Like I understand where he was coming from. It's cool, but like there wasn't that conversation of like understanding. You know what I'm saying? So I'm stuck in this part. Like everything you said about that, like thinking people talking about you and they ain't got nothing to do with you, bro. Like that shit is crazy, bro.
I used to be like that, and I taught myself to grow out of that because I'm like, at the end of the day,
nobody gives a fuck. Nobody even knows. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
And my thing is, if you can talk all the shit in the world, don't touch me.
Exactly.
He made me go cold one day. I was hot. I was like, she's probably saying this, and that, da, fucking ass bitch, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, I can assure you, she doesn't care about you.
Doesn't care.
And I was like, and he was like, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, dead ass shit doesn't revolve around you. Like, she could probably be having her own issue, and you're 9 times out of 10
she probably is.
Yeah.
And because you feel a certain type of way right now, you think she's all about talking about you.
And this is
don't nobody give a fuck about
because
you.
You're not emotionally mature.
Exactly. And this is our first part about being, you know what I'm saying? Like, we get to a point to where we thinking everything is about us. Like,
that's how our parents made us fucking feel, because we were under their reign for so long.
Exactly. Helicopter parent like a motherfucker,
oh my
bro.
God.
And like, I used to do it too. Well, I wasn't like that, but I used to think the same shit. And I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure nobody gives a fuck about me. And if they do, okay. You don't know me. You don't have facts about me. You're literally talking off a situation that you know nothing about.
This is why I don't go to like social settings, like parties and stuff. My brother, he just came from LA. You know what I'm saying? With his partner, they was on tour with my other brother and all of them. They was cool.
Yeah.
Me, when I get into situations like that, I try to make sure I'm the flyest dude I could be, because I swear to God, even though it's not happening, I always feel like somebody is looking. Look at this nigga. This nigga think he frail. This nigga got them whack ass shoes on type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
No. And sometimes
that's why you be making fun of my dad's shoes.
No, you
don't look at my fucking feet.
You not look at my feet. Shoes.
Or have you ever had like the imposter syndrome? Like, you look good, and now you're thinking people think you look too good. Like, oh, she thinks you look too good.
You think you're better than me?
Yeah.
Like they probably. Like, you look at yourself and you're like, no, I can't wear that. They're gonna think I think I'm better than them.
Yeah, they think I'm or I think I'm overdressed. Yeah, for sure.
And she did that before. I was like, you can't be over. Like, okay, you think you're overdressed, but in reality, just look at it as they're underdressed.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. My brother, he done helped me with I was a Walmart t-shirt
Man,
cool pair of jeans.
Fuck
You know
that,
what I'm
man.
saying? No. Not the fact that they was telling me that I was dressing and looking like a kid. Just the fact that the growth in how I'm dressing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, I used to be like, man, nigga, what? I used to have my J's on in my Walmart anime shirt, whatever. Nigga, I'm going in thinking I'm finna pull everything. They all looking at me like, oh, this nigga, man, this fucking kid.
And at the end of the day, from a female perspective, if you're attracted to him, are you going to deny him anything because he's in Walmart pants?
I don't know how
Wait.
Walmart.
We said Walmart t-shirts.
Walmart t-shirt.
Not
I
Walmart
wouldn't know
pants,
the difference.
I spend money on my jeans.
I wouldn't know the
The
difference.
same way women do with their toes. Are you not going to fuck with a girl because her pedicure or manicure, whatever the toe is?
Those are two different things because
you gonna not fuck with her over that?
That's like a hygiene thing.
Yeah, that's a hygiene thing.
Your toenails, no. Her pedicure isn't done. Her previous pedicure is a little chipped off.
Oh no, that don't
Exactly.
That.
Same.
Now, you come out there with them Bart Simpson without the toenail clipper feet, and
I mean, if you got fucking nails long as fuck, I can understand that. But I'm saying like her previous or her fingernails, her nails are outgrown.
My nails ain't done.
What the fuck?
Ain't no man in the world giving a fuck about
Listen,
that.
I'm not even the one that's finna worry about you taking hella long when we getting ready for your makeup. Like, cool, it's appreciated. You didn't have to do that for me. Mm-hmm. You did not have to do that for me. Especially if we waking up and sleeping next to each other. I know what you look like before and after. Like, it's all good, bro. You don't got to do that for me.
Exactly.
I had a girl. You all know what I'm talking about, bro. We'll get ready for the event. I'll get dressed and be sitting damn near falling asleep. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for them to get ready.
Yeah.
And though it made them very happy, I'm like, yo, this is a fucking waste of time.
Right. Yeah.
This is a fucking waste of time.
For sure. And I'm glad you mentioned it. It made them happy. They were doing it for themselves.
Right.
Half the time, we do it for you guys. Majority of the time, we do it for ourselves.
But do you do it for yourself or do you do it for outside?
Other people, for sure. That's what I was just gonna go.
Because women do seek attention regardless, no matter what.
But we usually do it. We don't want another bitch to see us looking crusty next to our dude, and then be like, "Ooh, why are you looking like that when you're out with your man, girl?"
Right. See, unless you're taking a trip with him to Target or Walmart.
And that's the trauma society gives to women is that they feel they have to uphold themselves to a standard because of other women judging them, which is so fucked up.
You don't think dudes be judging you though?
I don't give a fuck.
When you standing next to Lupe?
Do not give a fuck.
And I'm like really good dressed.
Right, really
straight up. Don't give a fuck what the dude says.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Of course, that's what as a man, that's what you're supposed to do, nigga. But I'm saying there are people or dudes that look at you and look at your girl and be like, "There's no way."
Oh, for sure.
Why?
There's no way.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. I know there's dudes because she has an ass, too. And I've heard it from men, not my girl, but like, he don't know how to handle that.
Man.
Okay. Well, clearly.
Man.
7 years later, I clearly do.
Hey, look, I'm trying to tell you. But no, I'm just saying, like, that. I think that's another reason why I'm trying to
see, but that's
do my appearance better. You know
to
what I'm
me,
saying?
I feel like that's a female tendency for a man to think some shit like that.
What? To think what?
Like, how he pull that? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's my
your
theory
own
on
insecurity.
it.
Yeah, like what the hell don't I have
That's a female tendency.
I want to say that.
Won't
that makes
say
me feel
that.
some type of way when you say that about me saying something.
Yeah,
but do you say that about other men?
No,
not at all.
It doesn't matter. That's not a female tendency. That's an insecurity, and you make people feel a certain way when
myself.
It's
like
so it's projection.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
So if me and we don't know each other, me and her together, and I'm dressed, she's
or just
makeup
anybody.
and all that, and then
Why
I'm with
do you
her,
have
and
to
he's
always
like,
be like me and you, or just anybody in person, regular?
I'm gonna keep it solid. Even if we didn't know each other, I would not look at you as like competition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't be like that because we way two different people, two different styles, two different vibes. We attract two different type of people.
Yes.
So I wouldn't look at you as competition.
True.
Exactly.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I don't see the little blonde white
that.
girls as competition. Because I don't want a blonde white boy like the ones you
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff
shit,
girl.
because
this is shit that'll run through my head. Like I'll look at a dude's outfit, I'm like, that's a good outfit. I probably couldn't
He's
pull
always
that
like,
off.
that's a nice beard.
Beards, bro. I'm like gay for beards, bro.
I'm a habitual shoe looker. I don't care who it is.
Your beard is really nice right now.
Man, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I'll tell her, I'm like, oh, his beard's hella nice, huh? I'm like, oh, his shoes. I'll even put an outfit. I'm like, I can never pull that off though.
Man. Oh man, I hate them. Oh gosh.
The ones that look so saucy and you're like
so saucy, and I'm like,
I can't do it.
Damn,
I can't do it,
bro.
I tell him, I'm like, ooh, like there's this like
Oh, she's trying to put outfits on me. I'm like, I can't pull that off.
But
see that again,
we don't
that's
know
how
that.
you feel about
Yeah.
yourself.
But
then
you hit yourself with the hitch. The movie Hitch in the beginning, he was like, the dude was like, I bought these shoes, but like I don't really feel like they're me. And then Will Smith hits him with like, you bought the shoes. You're wearing the shoes.
Yeah.
The shoes are you.
Yeah, they're you. It's already there. It's already done. That's true. And that brings me back to the point I was trying to make with my brother. He is trying to get it into me because I get in my head. I overthink. I overanalyze. I overthink. Oh man, am I gonna put this with this? Oh, how they gonna look at me if I wear this? If I do this like that? Simple stuff. So stupid. I'm 30 years old. I don't need to be worried about this type of shit. But it just happens. This is how it. Because back to parental trauma. I only had 2 outfits for the whole week.
Oh yeah.
Watch them motherfuckers on Saturday and Sunday. Wear them same 2 outfits for the week. And this went on for like 4 months of school. Most embarrassing time of my life. Kids was literally telling me like, you wore them pants.
Yeah, I've been there.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've been there.
Terrible.
And you know
so that's why it's so hard to shop for myself and it's so hard to dress myself now because though all of this time I usually go for what's basic to me.
The basics,
pants,
the ones that you can
but
change
in reality,
with other things that people won't notice.
From a really basic person, I'm way more basic than you are. I never look at your outfit and think you're basic.
We're not gonna out basic each
other.
It
took me a while to get here though, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, it took me.
I've known you for a long time, and I've never thought you were basic.
I appreciate that.
Outfit wise, I'm just saying.
I appreciate that.
Never did.
For real. I really do. Because I really work hard. You should.
I was going to say, you do put a lot of thought in your outfits. So, I agree with him. You're not
I've never seen you.
I appreciate
it. When we took that little photo op, remember Mike was taking our pictures and shit? You was in pajama pants, a white tee, had the braids, and a saucy ass watch, and I was like, "Damn, he looked good."
I honestly didn't think you were in pajama pants when he shows me the video and the pictures. I'm like, he's in pajama pants, and he was like, "Yeah, in a fucking white tee," and I was like,
"That's what I'm saying. I'm in a white tee and a hat, and I don't look that good."
He looks like shit. Yeah, like I'm just like, why do you look like that? You know,
I'm ugly.
It doesn't exude. It doesn't exude.
Yeah, like photogenicness.
I'm not photogenic. You're super photogenic. Like that's one thing I'm insecure about is like when I take pictures with you or anyone else because everyone's photogenic. I'm literally like, I look stupid.
This is all in your head.
All in my head. All in my head. Because I've always hated pictures.
It's also him putting that in his head and making himself smaller. So now he's trying to make himself smaller.
Yeah, you're not looking at. I'm not gonna pop out in the picture because I don't exude the glow.
Right.
Not even that. You're in the picture. You look physically uncomfortable because you are, and that is what you're exuding because that is what you're focusing on. How uncomfortable you are,
and that's not a good trait to have as a rapper.
Bro. Yeah, you got to get out of your head for sure.
Videos. You told me like this is Codyak, bro. You got to start moving.
How is it in his head when nothing affects him? You know what I mean?
And
like,
here's the lovely
that is a puzzle.
That goes in his head.
And here's the lovely part about Codyak.
There's no.
I exude. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Oh, but I give a fuck.
That's a front.
Oh, it's a front for sure.
Biggest.
It's a front like a motherfucker.
It's a what do you call those?
A safety net.
Yeah, it's like my own. Yeah, it's like a safety net. It's my own protection. Yeah, pseudo armor.
Yeah.
Like that's how I protect myself from being hurt.
Like. Come talk
but ends up being hurt.
Oh yeah, but I'm hurt inside for sure.
Home, yeah.
And the only one that suffers is him because he didn't let out what he felt like he needed to tell the person when that person hurt him, and he only hurts himself. So
right, that's not cool.
And that's an internal. And that's like I tell her all the time. We'll get in arguments, and I'm like, "You think this shit bugs you? Try being me." This because it's a constant. It's a constant battle of wanting to say certain things or wanting to let out my emotions, but physically not being able, like crying. I can't cry. I can't cry. I can't even force myself to cry.
Damn. You gotta watch
until I'll get to a certain point where I'm like, it'll just come out. Like, Luke always brings it up when I was having my panic attacks, and I was like, I need to cry. Like I know I need to cry. Couldn't do it. Called Jake's dad. Soon as he asked me what's going on, fucking broke down. And then remember you was crying to your dad? Yes, I remember.
Yeah. Remember the time you were crying to your dad?
You got to be hitting with that. Don't worry, son. It'll be you one day.
Yeah.
And I hope it never is.
It is him.
I hope he has the emotions. I hope he can cry. I don't want him to be. So like my mom told me, my dad used to. We would walk by and he'd go, bam, like knock us on our ass, hit us on our chest. Naturally, as a 5, 6, 4, however old we were, year old,
you gonna cry.
You gonna cry, right?
And first thing he tell you, you better not cry.
Stop crying before I give you something to cry about.
Oh my God!
Did you not just make me fucking cry?
Yo, it was almost like you were raised in a black family, bro.
Or that Mexican.
That's famous mom.
Yeah.
That's famous mom lines right there.
Crazy. Yeah. And it's,
dads too, though.
Yeah, I can give you something to cry about.
And that's what that episode, that my whole fucking life.
Also, if you can't find anything, you want me to go stick your fucking head in it?
Whoa.
Oh, if I have to get up and find this,
you're.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
What?
You're getting your ass beat.
And when I look for stuff now, hella anxiety if I don't find it, or especially if I'm looking for something for somebody else,
bro. Oh, when she asked me, go give me the thing. Oh shit, bro. Literally, I be having flashbacks like. I literally like feel like a kid again. I'm like, fuck.
And he get yelled at.
Like, and I get yelled at. Like,
are you fucking kidding me? You can't find this right now? Are you serious?
And then what do I do? Shut the fuck down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shut down.
And again, those are the traumas that your parents passed down to you to traumatize other people with.
So what about this? When your mama tell you to go get something out of her purse, do you bring her purse or do you bring her what it is?
Bring her the purse.
Okay. I do it with her too.
Yep.
Okay. I'm like that with every female. I'm not finna put my hand in your purse at all. I don't give a fuck if we married any of that shit. I don't care.
Yep.
My own mama no. But it came from her.
Well, this is how my dad traumatized me. And my mom, I guess, too. Like with him, he makes me feel useless, but I'm not useless because he's independent. He was raised to, like he was raised to make himself self-sufficient.
Right.
I was raised to
codependent.
You were raised as
codependent and enable the fuck out of men. Don't wash that.
Classic Mexican.
Don't want. I wash clothes. I cook for you. I don't leave the home. I don't like splurge on myself. Only on you. Like things like that. So when I do those things,
and I'm not even that.
Hold on. When I do those things, the biggest guilt comes over me, and all I can think about, and because my parents are very actively involved in my life, if I leave the home. And like, for example, recently, Luca has a cough, right? Medicine here at home, has a father that I left him with. Didn't even leave him with them. Left him with his father.
He's literally laying with me on the bed.
Left him with his father. I leave to go shopping at Marshall's with my friend. I shit you not, I am pulling into Marshall's and my father is calling me. This child has a cough.
Well, he just came in and asked Luca, where's your mommy? He didn't ask me. He asked Luca, where's your mommy? Oh, she's with her friend.
And leaves. Okay. Stomps away, I'm sure.
Oh. And he leaves and then...
calls me. This child has a cough. Did you think about giving him medicine? I was like, well, he has a dad and there's medicine at home. So I pretty sure if his dad feels like he needs medicine, he's going to give him medicine. Well, he's over here coughing. So I think you should get home and take care of this kid because he's coughing. He's coughing.
Her being here is going to stop his cough?
Not at all.
Me giving medicine, like, okay, so do you want me to come home to give him medicine and then leave again?
Right.
Because his dad isn't able-bodied enough to do it himself.
That's crazy.
You can't measure 10 milliliters and then have him throw it back like a shot.
Right.
My child isn't hard to give medicine to either. I'm
sitting on the bed watching him watch his iPad.
Yeah, like they're watching a show together on Luca's iPad, and he felt the need. Because I, as a woman, shouldn't be out at night without my husband. That's because only whores are out at night. And so the guilt, dude, the guilt. God forbid I don't cook anything for dinner. God forbid I don't pack his lunch. Oh, I didn't hear you making his lunch last night.
Man.
What did you make him? Nothing. I didn't pack him one.
Business.
I didn't pack him one. Like, I pay your fucking bills.
And see, and then I sit there and think, does your dad
attention to the shit that pays you?
Right.
Does your
me, but don't.
Right. Does your dad think?
Oh, and then like
I need that. Like I can do my own shit.
completely fully grown man. What are you, 33? This fucking guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like when she tells me this, I'll look at her. I'm like, I can do it myself.
But again, those are the traumas that I live with, and I feel
it affects you.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm not a good wife.
Like
you
you're
know,
not doing enough,
yeah, I'm not doing my part in something, and it's like, no, I work too. It's not like I'm at home all day.
This dad shoe wearing, fitted hat wearing
care.
motherfucker loves you, bro, and appreciates you. I'm telling you, this is that's traditional. That's back then. We in a whole new world. Our generation ain't even a generation no more.
Right.
We
transitional.
It's over with. The world is turned. All of that shit is done.
Yeah,
it's over with.
And then I forget that he grew up with the woman that wasn't on him like that, so he's not used. I remember the first time he was coming over to a family party, and I was like, you want to eat? And he was like, I'll serve myself. And I was like, no, I was like, I have to serve you. I was like, please, for the love of God.
I was like, why? What the fuck? I can make my own food.
For the love of God, don't you ever serve yourself in front of my family. And he was like, what the fuck? Why?
Again, traditional.
And I was like, not this time, but I'll let you do it one time. And he did it. And the first thing my mom said was, are you going to help him? Does he need help putting the tamales on a plate? No, he doesn't. I was like, he's fine. And she's like, you should be doing that.
And I don't like feeling like I'm making you do something I can do my goddamn self.
Absolutely.
It's so uncomfortable watching you make me food when I can make my own fucking food.
Absolutely. Doing anything that I know I can do myself.
You're not my fucking servant.
And you're doing it because you feel like you have to? No, thank you.
Like, you're not my servant. I'm a grown fucking man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's the trauma that I have to live with. And then I always feel like I don't clean well enough, like, and so because I feel like I don't clean well enough, I just rather not clean sometimes, you know 100%. What I mean? Like, I'm just like, fuck it, it's not gonna be clean anyways, so it's gonna get dirty, blah blah.
And I grew up with a dwicker, so all I do is clean.
Because my mom growing up, if I just happen to mop slightly different than her, or forget to rinse it twice and just rinse it once, I am the dirtiest bitch on earth. Who the fuck taught me how to clean? You, bitch.
Right.
The fuck?
Right.
And then she'll be like, because it wasn't me. Like, within the same breath. Oh, I apparently, you weren't paying attention, or I didn't, it's never. I
skipped a day at mop school, Mom. Sorry.
And it's crazy how we carry all this shit with us, because she was at my sister's house. Both my sisters, Sarah was still alive. So both my sisters are there. She's washing the dishes. I'm not there, but this is a story. So she's washing the dishes. She's doing it, and then who was it? Ryan or Sarah? Sarah was like,
"You're not done yet.
You're not done yet." And she's all, "What?" And then she's all, "Right, come here. What's wrong with this?" She's like,
and Brian starts like giggling. She's like,
"She ain't done."
She's like, "She wasn't raised with Linda Stroud. That's why." She was like, "You're not done." She was like, "What's missing?" And I'm like, "I don't know, bitch, because that's what the fuck I do. I wash dishes and I put the sponge back." And she's like, "No, you rinse. You know what we gotta do?
You gotta rinse the sink from the soap. Soap cannot have,
because it gets
sink
sticky
cannot have soap in
or
it.
Whatever.
Then you rinse your fucking
hot water
your thing off,
super hot.
You rinse your thing off. Now you gotta wash the fucking countertops. Yep. You gotta wash the back of the sink. You gotta get all that water off.
Yep.
And then you gotta make sure you wash the sink again,
where you're drying it.
Then you gotta dry it.
Dump the extra water out and wash it.
That is crystal meth methods.
Thank you, but because they were raised,
crystal methods, bro.
But because they were raised,
but that's how we were raised.
The crystal meth heads.
Yeah,
that was their trauma, because they would probably get smacked with the wooden spoon for not cleaning it like that. That's crazy. I'm just like, holy shit.
Even the explanation of it sounded like you had to be tweaking on something, bro, to get it done.
So when we had a dishwasher. Oh, you washing the dish like you ain't got one. You wash it. Don't get me wrong. and I will look at you crazy if you don't do this. Wash it like you ain't got one. Put it in the dishwasher. Turn the dishwasher on. Take it out the dishwasher when the dishwasher's done. Dry it off. And put them in their respectable places.
Do you have somebody that comes to your job and do the first half of your job for you?
No,
you do not.
But I'm gonna look at you crazy if you're not doing that.
Listen,
my mom has taught me how to do that.
I've seen people take their dish from the sink with food still on it and put it in the dishwasher.
And you know what they're washing with? Cascade. And you know what it does? Clean that motherfucker, bro.
And I'm gonna tell you,
that shit is that.
No, it don't. No,
listen,
it don't.
Your dishwasher is attached to your garbage disposal. All of that trash, all of that shit is getting out of there, bro. It's gone.
But there was still food on it.
Huh?
There's still food on them dishes.
No.
They had to be sitting. They had to be sitting for a while, or the detergent that's using is terrible.
It's cheap from the dollar store.
Yeah, no. You put some Cascade Plus, that the silver pack. What?
No, you wash them, then you put them in.
We had a dishwasher and weren't allowed to use it because we wash dishes by hand.
My dad.
That is the most.
That is the exact shit my dad said. He had a dishwasher. Mm-hmm. We don't use a dishwasher. You wash that shit by you. When you're done eating,
you wash your fucking plate that you used.
Well, I mean, that is a method. You ain't got to worry about no dishes.
Oh, me, when I cook Luca food, I cook it, give him his shit, wash everything, put it away.
Hey, when me and my brother be in the kitchen on some tag team, you feel me, tag team the meal type of shit.
Oh, someone wash, someone dry.
Oh, no, not even that.
No, you're just
when
washing
he cooking,
as you're going.
I'm washing as he goes.
Okay.
Because I know I'm not finna get in his way trying to cook.
Right.
Shit, bro, let me clean that up for you.
It's you done with this bowl?
Exactly.
Right.
Get that. By the time we out of there, the prep time
halfway
is
done already
done.
Mostly done, yeah. All you're leaving is the pots and pans that you're still serving yourself out of.
Exactly. Moms used to walk in there and be like, yo, what are y'all doing in here? Oh, we cooking. We almost done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But that's just how it's supposed to be.
Yep.
And again, which I feel at the end of the day, trauma is what makes us, and a little bit of it never hurt anybody, because I feel like people who have to live with normal, somewhat trauma that doesn't like alternate their brain a lot, we're good people, because we're constantly aware of other people's feelings. We're constantly aware of other people's actions.
And not only that, but you know how to cope and you know how to handle certain situations.
Exactly. Under pressure,
but you might not know how to cope in the
break.
right ways, though.
It doesn't matter, but shit gets done no matter what.
Improvise,
you don't
adapt,
break.
and overcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't break in the moment, and you don't have a
you're not. You're definitely not as fragile. You're fragile in your own ways, but you're not.
But you're not fragile in public. You're fragile
no, you're fragile,
doors.
but you're not sensitive. I would say.
Right.
You're not sensitive to criticism. Certain people.
I feel like with the trauma that I described, it's still affecting me. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of time in my life has passed me, and a lot of opportunities have passed me, and because I'm so used
codependent,
not even codependent, just I have it programmed in my mind that if it's not worth going out, I'm not going.
Yeah.
And you never know if it's worth going out until you get there.
Pretty much.
Every time I second guess it, bro, I end up missing my window.
I always say that.
For sure.
And then I'm always like, fuck, bro, I should have did something.
I should have done it.
Here I am, 30 years old, with a handful of experiences that I can go to and be like, oh yeah, that was the time of my life.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And certain situations that like you back out of, because I've done it. There's certain like when it comes to music, I could have went into certain venues or situations, and met some people.
Yep.
But because my anxiety was like, we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
My parents can attest for this. I, as a child, tested very high on test scores for the state. The fancy people came and talked and said, I want to talk to your parents. And my parents were like, yeah, what's up? And they're like, oh, she has to go to a special school because her fucking test scores are amazing. Mm-hmm. And my parents were like, no, what does it have? What is it? And it's kind of a boarding school. She's going, different place. It's a state school. Like, she has to do other stuff. Because they were so anxious about it, they made me anxious about it. So when they asked me, do you really want to go?
And that was the plan.
Yeah. When they asked me, do you really want to go? I saw their fear in their eyes. And I was like, if you're fucking scared, what the fuck should I be feeling about going somewhere else?
Right.
But it wasn't fear. It was manipulation that they were like, we're going to leave us? What if something happens to you? We're not going to be there. We're going to be 2 hours away. It's going to take 2 hours for us to get to you if anything happens. And God forbidding,
and in the same breath,
God forbidding in there.
Right.
Her father, who had her purposely to be here, to be this great American,
wasn't allowing me to reap the benefits as an American. Because that opportunity I would have never received in Mexico.
Man.
Right? And so I continue living my life like that. And then grades didn't matter to me. My straight A's, what for it? I'm not going anywhere. Like, that's what I started thinking. Like, you're not allowing me to expand myself. I'm not going anywhere with these grades. These grades aren't going to be my out.
Right.
Because I already almost was out and you still didn't let me go out.
Damn.
Right? And so I stopped giving a fuck about the grades. Not enough, though, not to get accepted into college.
Mm-hmm.
So got accepted. Humboldt University. I was so afraid of leaving that I was like, ooh, let's take a gap year. Let's take a break.
Gap year turned to 2, huh?
Gap year turned into nothing because I got pregnant that same gap year.
Fuck.
I was supposed to leave to the university in August, and it ended up me being pregnant that February and never made it to the gap year. It took me a year and a half to even sign up for community college right up the road, and when I did that, I didn't have the support of my family. They were taking care of Mateo, but that was one thing that they were helping me with, but I still had to pay $500 rent back in 2000 and something for a room here in my parents' house. So, and then I still had a child that I had to take care of as a single mother because my baby's father has never been worth the fuck. And I had to go to school full time in order to finish within a good time frame, right? But because my parents felt like tough love, you made your bed, now lay in it, they charged me up the ass on things. So I had to work even harder and was too tired to go to school. So I would just quit. And
second worst advice that we done got from parents: you made your bed, now
lay in it.
Second worst advice.
But is this the bed you want me to lay in? Like, is this something you saw in the future for me? Because that's one thing I tell him. I will be damned if one of these fucking kids get a girl pregnant in their teenage years.
Bro, my kid can live with me for the rest of his fucking life.
And I send him out to fend for himself.
Right. And then get mad at him because he done did some type of crime to do something, or he's not doing what I wanted him to do. He's selling drugs because
he needs to make extra money.
Man, what?
Hell no. I'm like, oh, guess this is mine. Get the fuck to high school.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Like, and I got a daughter.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel the same way. I will not leave her, for one, to be in the arms or at the mercy of
another man who is stressing just as hard as she is.
Just as much. Putting them both in that situation. Hell no. My daughter, as long as I'm living and breathing, my daughter always got me. Like you said, give me that one. Give me that baby.
Go to school.
Go to school. This ain't the end of the road for you.
I need this and that.
No, this is the beginning.
Here you go.
Absolutely. No question.
The baby needs shit. Don't worry about it. I'm going to know because I'm the one taking care of him or her while you're in school. All you got to do is about coming home and loving on your baby, doing your homework, and sleeping because you got school tomorrow again. And when you want a job, it's going to be when you're in college or out of college and you're wanting to save money to buy your own house and stuff like that. Absolutely. Because I will be damned if I allow my kids to not have a chance at the world.
That was the advice from our parents. Number 3.
God.
You out of my house at 18.
Yeah. That's one thing my parents have never told me.
Never for you?
Never.
I was out of my house at 17.
I was out of my house at 16.
My dad just recently told me, he was like, I can't imagine the day where I don't see you in my home. So it's his.
I wonder what that feels like.
His is the most heartbreaking thing. I wanted to cry when he told me that. He was like, I never want you to leave. He was like, your kids, I never want them to leave. He was like, you guys give me life. Like the
only reason they're alive right now.
I've been in a depressive mode recently, and I literally mope around the house, and I don't do it purposely to ask for attention or anything, because please don't talk to me when I'm feeling like this. Right. But he noticed it, and he was like, hey, we can give you money from the house and go buy your own home if you're not happy here. Like, I don't want to see you like that. If we're doing anything for, like, we'll go do some, like, we'll figure it out. But like, I don't want you to be unhappy. And that was the first time, like, Again, he didn't tell me get the fuck out if you're not happy here. He said, let me help you establish yourself elsewhere.
I pray and wish I had parents like that.
But that's where we're gonna be those parents.
For sure.
I have the ability to say my parents are like that, and that is why I feel like I have the mentality already in my head that that's what's gonna happen if at any point these children slip up.
Yeah.
But
we have it because
you never did. Exactly.
We don't got that.
Like, I always had a roof over my head, but it came with a price though.
For sure.
The roof over my child's head is not gonna have a price.
For sure.
Like, and I might be speaking too early, but
as long as I can afford to live in this house, you ain't gotta pay me shit. Save up to get your own spot.
But another thing is, like, I'm not gonna intervene in their child's growth either. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you are the parent. You are the parent. I am the grandparent. I will stay in my grandparent's seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I will not
During
overstep.
the day, I'm nanny. Mm-hmm. And at night, I'm the grandparent. Here you go.
Right.
You're done with your homework? Here's your baby. You're not done with the day, though.
Right, for sure. For sure.
Like, at the end of the day, this is your kid. Unless you're going to do an
I only hope and pray that these kids are not
like,
having kids while still being
okay,
kids.
I'm sure all these parents hope and pray their teenage daughters never got pregnant either, but it happens. If it happens, it happens. That is one thing you can't avoid, because the urge to have sex, if it's big, it's big, and you do it. And if you, by fucking faith, or not faith, but fate, you get pregnant, I just hope that they're comfortable enough to come to me and be like, oh,
absolutely,
I fucked up. Those are just the things that I can sit there and think about. Like, you know, when it comes to generational trauma from our parents, how we can avoid that with our kids and start preparing ourselves for situations, because I believe that that's one of the things that our parents fucked up, thinking that their kids would never be that. Like, oh, my kid would never do that.
Yeah, because you thought that it would never happen.
So when it does happen, you're not prepared for it, because in your head, you had it drilled that you were that good of a parent that your kid would never do that.
And you're not.
You're not.
You're not, because life happens.
The first thing I tell people is, one, don't have kids. The second thing I tell people is, why did God give me kids? Because I will be the first one to fucking tell you I suck. And then my kids are like, you're the best mom ever, you know? And it's like, oh,
she
what the fuck?
We were throwing one of the kids a birthday party, and she went to go pick up pizzas, and the kid told her, I wish you were my mom.
And I was like, huh?
But I feel like every mom probably goes through that.
For sure. The mom guilt. Again, I feel like I should be spending more time with them. I feel like I should be doing more activities with them. I feel like I should be loving them more. I feel like I should be checking in on them more. Yeah. And when those thoughts do come in, I do them. That is one thing I do. Mm-hmm. When I think I should be spending more time with my kids, I'm like, you want to go to Starbucks tomorrow morning? You know, even if it's a quick trip. Again, those are going to be the trips that he's going to remember. My mom always woke up and wanted to go to Starbucks.
His girlfriend wants to take him to Starbucks. Oh, my mom used to always take him to Starbucks.
What would she give me? Or they'll, again, life experiences. They don't have to go to Starbucks.
Yep.
They don't have to go to Starbucks and be like, what do I get?
Right.
I've never been here. What? You know, he's going to be like, pfft.
He's going to put his girl on. Like, girl,
have you tried that? My mom would always get this one.
Thanks.
My mom, you know, and so they come off more appealing too.
Right, absolutely.
Because they come off like,
you know something.
Okay. You know, and so, because women like that shit. Women, I tell people all the time, women want a man that's masculine enough to bring out the feminine in them. No woman wants to be, I am strong, I am independent. We all are, because we make shit happen on the regular. But we want a man who is so masculine that it makes us want to go, ooh, I want to be so girly.
Not thug enough for it.
Oh my God.
You probably got to tell some of these women out there like that, because
a lot, and that's the thing I tell him all the time.
I'm not masculine at all.
I tell him all the time. I'm like, these girls out here.
I'm more.
I
clean. I don't know how to fix a car.
These girls out here are like.
Shout out my stepdad. Made sure I knew that shit.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, these girls out here really are trying to like be, oh, I'm independent. I don't need no man. Yes, the fuck we do. Sorry. He says that all the time. I shouldn't be responsible for your emotions. Then go fuck off. Because if you're not responsible for my emotions, then why am I with you?
No.
Am
I responsible for another person's happiness?
No, you're responsible for continually making that person happy by doing different things, because that person is continually making you happy. So wouldn't you want to return the favors and continue that like ongoing thing with that person?
Not come from within.
I feel like you're not responsible for making them happy, but you're responsible for trying to continue the happiness. Does that make sense? Because you might not be the one that makes them happy. It might not even be your fault that they're unhappy. You know what I'm saying? But if you do bring some kind of light to them, to where like when they're around you, they are happy.
Yes,
I feel like it is your job to.
Because if I'm gonna be sad around you too,
it's no point.
Then there's no point of being with you.
Especially if y'all call yourself trying to be in a relationship.
Exactly, because you shouldn't feel like you aren't responsible for someone's feelings when you're making that person feel a certain way about you.
Oh yeah, well that's different. That's different.
You know what I mean?
If it's my fault you feeling some type of way, well then yeah, I'm gonna feel responsible.
No. If you're making me feel like you love me, why aren't you showing me you love me then?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Well, that too. That makes perfect sense.
Like, so if you're going to take the initiative to make me feel in love with you, I suggest you take the initiative to continue allowing me to fall in love with you.
Yeah, I take the lows with the highs. That's real. But I'm learning that too myself, though. You know what I'm saying?
And I understand that. But you're learning.
Yeah.
You're not stuck. You're not saying, well, fuck that. I'm not responsible for that shit.
Right.
That's your fucking problem. You're the one depressed. Go to fucking therapy. Don't tell them to go to therapy.
I hope that's not what you. That's not what you said.
No, she tells me to go to therapy.
Because he does need to go to therapy to deal with his problems.
Wait, you were just telling the people to not tell people to say that, and then you said it.
No, not when they're in a craze. Like I'm telling him how I feel, and he was just like, "That's not my problem. You need to go to therapy if you think that's my problem."
That's what you say?
Yeah, he's told me that.
I might have said that once because she was like, "I'm depressed," or something like that, and I was like, "Well, then you need therapy."
Well, I'm no guidance. I mean, I'm no marriage counselor or nothing like that. But I'm almost positive that's
you're not supposed to say that.
I feel like that's like rule number 3, maybe 2.
Right, but when
I've been told to go to therapy fucking hell of time.
Right, when he says,
which doesn't make it right.
When he says, "Well, what's wrong with me?" and I'm like, "I don't know. I can't tell you that. You need to go to therapy. You need to go get that help so you can emotionally mature and be able to love people the right way." I don't fucking tell him he's like crazy and he needs help. I tell him he needs to go find what's wrong so he can talk about it and he can become a better person.
So it's more of a solution to the problem,
right? Not so much a dig and
trying to brush it off.
Exactly.
Type of stuff. Yeah. Okay. Like, well, that makes sense.
And again, not taking responsibility, because he'll be like, "Well, how the fuck do I make you so unhappy?" And I'm just like, by not giving a shit, by literally being able to watch me be depressed and not be like, "Hey, honey, you want to take a drive to San Francisco real quick? Since I know how much you love the fucking water, like, let's take a day trip out there. You want some coffee? You know, you want to raw dog your anxiety with more caffeine?"
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, what
that
the
was
fuck
going
is happening?
somewhere else, bro.
How are we at the beach getting coffee and raw dog?
Getting coffee and raw dog. I mean, that could be the solution to the problem, though. You never know. You might need a raw dog on the beach with some coffee. You just never know.
You can never go raw dog. You can never go wrong raw dog.
Never go wrong raw dog.
There's no wrong raw dog.
No, there is. You gotta watch out for those.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Well,
so,
you go down East 14th, that's a different story.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I just be active. Like, don't actively watch your significant other be depressed and then wonder why they're depressed, because you're the person that was supposed to bring some type of light and happiness into their world when they can't give themselves that light and happiness.
Right.
Doesn't do that.
And then you know what those situations do for me? Very uncomfortable.
He gets uncomfortable, and I'm like, how is it uncomfortable to love somebody?
When I met her, I was like, I want to let you know, consoling is not my game.
He said,
it is the most uncomfortable thing for me to watch people cry or feel sad. It is the most uncomfortable fucking thing for me.
He also said, I'm a shitty boyfriend. So why are you actively looking for somebody? Why are you actively looking to be in a relationship with somebody when you know you're a shitty person or a boyfriend and you don't console somebody? You don't think you're gonna ever have to console your girlfriend and crying? So why have a girlfriend?
When my stepdad died, me and my mom were in the room with him. He's already dead. And we're walking out And the whole time walking out back to the car, I'm like, I should put my arm around her. She even told me, I felt like I'm about to pass out. And I said, I should probably put my arm around her.
Still didn't.
And I didn't because it's so uncomfortable.
Still didn't.
But wholeheartedly, though, I feel you.
Trauma.
I feel you.
It's very uncomfortable for me.
I feel you.
Like, it is one of the most uncomfortable situations for me to be in.
One of the most uncomfortable hugs you can have is for a person that's crying. That you don't really know why they're crying, but you're just being there to kind of give them a shoulder.
When Sarah died.
Very uncomfortable.
When Sarah died, my brother-in-law, he was asleep. He woke up because she died in their house.
No, let's back it up a few fucking minutes. When Sarah died and he busted out the fucking front door and I followed him and I wanted to hug him, his girlfriend, this motherfucker pushed me off like I was a random ass groupie running up to him to hug him. How fast he... What is it called? T-boat? Like
stiff arm?
Yeah.
Stiff armed you?
Like he T-boat me?
Yeah.
I remember her hugging me in the middle of the sidewalk and I was not hugging her back.
But that's after him pushing me, like, again, stiff arming me. And then I'm like, no, stop.
My brother-in-law.
Like, you got to come back. You can't just walk aimlessly at fucking 2 a.m. right now. Like, and especially in this state, like, at least come back. If you don't want me to hug you or touch you or, like, at least go
What
back.
state was you in?
No. Well, no, in the state,
mental
mental state.
Oh, I was like, wait, where were y'all?
No, we were in Fremont.
I thought the same thing. I was like, huh?
No, we were in Fremont, but in that state of mind that he was in.
So
like,
after that, my brother-in-law, he woke up and I'm still crying and he's like, come here. No, it's fine. Like I'm sitting down, he's standing up right in front of me. Come here, give me a hug. My sister was like, give him a fucking hug.
Yeah, we're all, get the fuck up and hug him.
He gave me his hand. He's hugging me.
He literally picked him up. Like he gives him his hand and he kind of barely puts his hand up and he like fucking jerks him up because he knew he wasn't.
He's
get up
full on hugging me. I'm full on crying
like this. He's just like this
my
on
arms
his shoulder.
Down. My sister, put your fucking arms around him.
That's gonna make it worse.
The lightest.
Yeah, he's still just barely but.
It's so uncomfortable.
Like shoulder crying, you know.
Consoling me or consoling you is very uncomfortable for me.
I'd much rather suffer in silence.
Me
definitely
too. I want to go to the bathroom and do all this on my own.
Yeah, I'm suffering in silence, and then when I come back, it's like a whole new person.
Yeah, because I don't even like the fact that I'm crying and you're looking at me.
Yeah,
it's
too vulnerable.
I don't know if it's vulnerable. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it.
Oh, for me, for sure, it's too vulnerable because you know what I hate. Remember that one time you was crying, bro?
Yeah, and to me,
I seen this nigga crying.
It's a weakness. Like I remember when I was growing up, I always thought I was embarrassed. I don't know if it was embarrassed, but I didn't like using my inhaler in front of people because I thought that was a weakness people could use against me.
No, I don't like to eat in front of people, like random people I don't know. Like when I'm at work, if I go to the cafeteria, I'm going to the most quietest, secluded corner, bro. I hate eating in front of people.
I always eat in my car.
Dude, it's that anxiety. That's an anxiety for sure.
Yeah. So, like,
I have to eat on a table that faces towards the people.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. I definitely can't have my back to you.
No, you never sit in the first one.
No.
You have to sit in the corner that faces the doors and faces everything.
Absolutely.
So, when my dad got hurt?
I wonder who listens and that are normal and they're like, what?
Right.
You think of everything like that? You walk into a lunchroom and you're like,
oh, a full lunchroom is the most fucking anxiety-ridden thing in the world.
And you got to walk through the middle to get to the back of where you're going. Yo, that's the worst.
And everybody's like doing this,
bro.
like in the movies,
one of my
but they're
jobs,
not.
Man,
but you feel like they're all.
I used to have this job, and I used to leave my lunch bag with my sandwich in my car, and even in the summertime.
Disgusting.
Exactly. Instead of taking my shit to the refrigerator inside the cafeteria,
and you would still eat it?
Instead of coming back, I did it once. It was melted cheese, disgusting. Ugh. But I was hungry. So instead of going, when it's time to go on lunch, going in there, grabbing my shit and going to my car, I got to a point after that nasty sandwich. I was like, it's going in there now.
For sure.
Yeah.
You ate it? It had mayonnaise on it too? You're lucky you're not dead.
Mayonnaise
I
and
know,
mustard.
The bacteria that grows in the heat.
That's E. coli for sure.
Yeah. Well, look at this. Honestly, you're never going to convince me that my trauma made me stronger. Most of the behavior I learned to protect myself has been detrimental to many of my relationships, and the process of unlearning it seems impossible.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
One time I heard a child crying in the distance and it caused me to dissociate so bad I almost walked into oncoming traffic. Nothing.
Is that why I be spacing out so much?
Nothing about me feels stronger. My ability to take horrific abuse and still function to your liking is not a virtue. It's horrendous.
It's almost serial. It's crazy.
Yeah. So the triggers associated with your traumatic experience can become overgeneralized such that anything that is slightly linked to it can send you back to that moment and make you feel like you're reliving it all over again.
PTSD.
Yeah. This is why phrases like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger can be so invalidating for those with unresolved trauma.
And it's so insulting.
Yeah,
so insulting.
Healing from trauma is complex and takes time. Yeah, it's
I've basically been dissociating my whole life because we watched a documentary on circumcisions, and I know it sounds so. Check it out. So we watched the documentary, right?
What the fuck are y'all watching, bro?
Documentaries on everything. Well, because we had we were pregnant with Luca, I think.
Yeah, we were wondering if we were going to circumcise or not.
I thought this was for entertainment purposes. So
no, I mean, in a sense, yeah, because it was like circulating throughout the internet during that time, and I was like, actually,
it's crazy.
How do you feel about that? And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, how do you feel about that? I was like, I couldn't afford it with Mateo. Medi-Cal doesn't cover it, and it was $200 to do it in the hospital, right, with Mateo. And so I didn't circumcise Mateo. Mateo's not circumcised. Sorry if you listen to Sorry, Mateo, if you listen to this 20 years from now. I didn't mean to tell people.
The reason I'm making this face is because even if he decided to do it later on in life,
it hurts more than anything.
It's going to be so painful.
My brother-in-law's brothers did it when they were 13.
Worst pain ever.
My brother-in-law said, I'm cool.
Fuck you. Yeah. Oh my God. Anyways, Luca was in my belly.
Point being, some kids... So my mom told me when I came back, I was not crying. So there's certain kids that basically leave their mind.
No. There's the pain that certain kids feel is so overwhelming. Not that certain kids can do this. No. If anything, the kids that go through this suffered the most, right? Because their pain was so bad that they physically stopped expressing it.
They left their body.
No, they didn't leave their body. Their brain shut down in that area and diverted it somewhere else, which is dissociation. And if you're doing that the first day you're born because of the trauma that caused you,
that's a lifelong thing.
That's a life. And they say that. They say that kids that are raised feeling like they have no one to... That's why the self-soothing method... Horrible. I think that is so inhumane. How do you want a 3-month, 4-month-old baby to self-soothe themselves when they don't even know what the fuck is going on and they can't speak to you. They can't express themselves.
They don't even know why they're crying.
They don't even know why they're crying.
Nothing.
Damn, all you know is their stomach's hurting and you need to roll them over, pat them on their butt so they can fart or burp, and you're letting them fucking cry there in pain because you want them to self-soothe. And all you're teaching is your kids is to dissociate and go into an area in their brain where they don't have to feel the pain or the hurt or the trauma or how lost
my
they
circumcision was
so traumatic. He went into that little pocket of brain where he no longer could feel the pain that they were causing him. And when he came back to his room with his mom, he was still gone. And my parents always would tell me that. And it's so funny because it's Western medicine. It's so crazy because my mom has always told me to not let my kids cry for too long because they go into shock. That's what they call it in Spanish, Mexican, whatever thoughts and beliefs, right? Yeah. That if you let a baby cry too much, they're going to get stuck. But what she means is that they're going to go into another place in their head and they're going to dissociate. But because they don't know what dissociation means because they're still very in the old days, they don't know what the United States knows and they don't do studies. Yeah. So, well, no, that's what you're doing. The United States and the psychologists and all them that do tests and stuff know that trauma can push you to checking out pretty much to dissociate, right? But Mexicans think that you're in shock. So you're just like blank. You know, they don't know that what's going appears that you're actually accepting the pain
and compartmentalizing
it and going somewhere else where you're not going to feel that pain anymore.
Wow.
And you learn to do that. So then you learn to dissociate, which then leads you to not be able to be empathetic to other things because, and then like right now, like the toxic positivity, which would be like telling someone to cheer up after their partner just died. And people do that to me all the time. Like I could be going through something and they'll be like, well, it could be worse. But it's bad right now.
Right. That's number 4 worst parenting advice in America.
Well, it could be worse. But it's worse right now.
It's bad right now.
Oh,
help me deal with this right now. So when it is worse,
exactly.
Like help me deal with this right now. So when it is worse, I know what to do.
Back in my day, we didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Oh, I told my dad, I was like, in high school, I used to have to walk a little over a mile to school. He said, I used to walk 3.
Yeah, it's always like, okay.
Congratulations. Why don't you tell me something that's fucking helpful?
Man.
Or like, think positive. You know, or
you get some exercise for the day. You just walk 2 miles a day.
If I smile anymore, somebody's going to be murdered.
Exactly. The smile, I'm going to be smiling for my fucking mugshot. Yeah, that's the smile you're going to get. Yeah. No way. Others have it way worse than you. And they get by.
I don't know them.
Exactly. Be grateful. You have so much going for you. What? Because at this point, nothing. You know,
these are all such cliche fucking things. I don't think they even have the answers to them.
In Texas, they'll be like, "Oh, you lived in California,
but
nigga, it's so expensive out here. What the fuck?
I got more trauma because of that,
man."
But it's because of the toxic positivity that people don't think they're being toxic by, which is my mom's problem. My mom is toxic but positive, and it's just the most infuriating thing ever, you know. And it's like the inappropriate over generalization of a happy or a joyful state to situations that are inherently distressing or painful. So like the think positive, right? This is unrealistic, as when depression sets in, your thoughts become distorted, filtering out anything positive. It's like telling someone to just look at the colors when they can only see black and white. It's like, how do you want me to see something when it's physically I'm not physically capable to do that. Others have it way worse than you, you know, this indicates you believe they're handling things poorly and you're disappointed in their efforts. And it's like, yeah, like you telling me people have it worse than me. It's like, so then what the fuck am I doing wrong?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like that I don't feel thankful enough for having it this good, I guess.
Right.
You know, or like the be grateful you have so much going for you. This can make someone with depression feel guilty and worthless. Mm-hmm. They're often logically aware they have some good things, but depression prevents them from truly feeling this and experiencing it. And it's so true. Yes, we know we have it better than most people. And that is the most saddest thing ever, that people would love to be in our shoes, but I can't physically enjoy it because my mental is fucked up.
And you know what's even fucked up is that is such a society cliche that I've even told myself, who didn't have food in my stomach for days, or was watching my mom get her ass beat, or we just got evicted and we're sleeping in cars. Yeah, but somebody got it worse.
Or what about you? Should be.
I got it good compared to other people.
Yeah, they don't even got food in Africa. You can't be picky over food. You can't even got food in that. Like, bro,
exactly.
What?
And that's such a society-driven cliche that you think that in your own sense of fucking hopelessness and helplessness and trauma and all that bullshit,
that you think your shit is so minor that you shouldn't even be worried about it, which causes you more depression because it's like, fuck, why do I feel this way? And
if I feel this bad over this and someone else has it worse, like, okay, but how do I get out of this?
Right.
Yeah, or like for me, the mom guilt. Like, I'll sit there and I'd be like, oh my God, someone out there is literally praying for the kids that I have. Like, you know, or sometimes I'll be like, sit the fuck down, you know, and it's like, God, I should be thankful that they're able to run around and make noise. And my mom tells me all the time, you'd rather have them laying there like a vegetable, sick.
See, and I'll sit there and think
something else. You know, there's so many kids out there that have disabilities that walk around with their little feeding tubes because they can't digest food.
And I don't even think
or like
that.
Dialysis bags. I do, because that's real world problems.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I'll sit there, like, I'll have the thought process of like, as adults, we're kind of like, just sit the fuck down and stop being annoying. Stop running around. But there comes a point where I sit there and think, I'm like, there's going to be a point where then I'm going to miss that because they're not doing that.
Yeah, there's going to be no noise being made because they're all locked up in their room doing their own thing.
For you.
Yeah, exactly.
I sit there and think about shit like that.
Dude,
and that should be breaking my heart.
I want Jasleen to just stop growing. Just stop.
Mateo, I tell him all the time, I'm like, why do you want to grow up so fast? Man. Why do you do these things that can possibly put you in danger that you're not supposed to be doing to begin with? Because you're not an adult.
Right.
And I've been trying to put him in like perspective of like me. I was like, at 10 years old, do you know what I was doing?
Saturday morning cartoons and cereal.
Watching cereal.
Oh no, you
were watching cereal? That's awesome.
Like 10 years old.
I was reading in the cereal box.
No, 10 years old, we were sleeping in the car. I was forced to grow up.
Well, now I feel like I overbrag.
That's what I was like, holy fuck. Honestly, Saturday morning, I was at a Mexican restaurant eating manula with my dad because we was about to go somewhere or to the flea market.
I feel like we're rubbing it in now.
Yeah.
I was sleeping in the car.
I was like, actually, if you want to really be serious about that, I was woken up at 7 to be taken to a donut shop, bought a donut and a cappuccino, and then taken swiftly to the flea market to be bought whatever I picked up on. Then after that, we would get birria and take my mom some lunch at work. She would be working. Then I'd come home and relax for the rest of the day.
Some of our parents might have failed.
And you know what I was doing? Sit there and I was sleeping in the car, and I was happy my mom got food stamps and I got a Lunchable. So again,
I think you win. I think you win the struggle.
But it's not even that. I'm trying to tell him like I was forced to grow up. I was forced to abandon my childhood.
And he's like, "Oh, all right, Mom. Are we going to McDonald's? What are we doing?"
Boy. Don't even pay attention.
Doesn't even and over his head because he's like, "Dad, I don't live in that world, and I will never live in that world."
Is that good parenting?
Is that good parenting because to where they believe
you can't even put yourself in that situation?
Because it's a situation that doesn't sound like it's possible because you can like that's what I see it from him, and I'm like, because we would get so angry at him, and I'm like, I can't be mad at him because we've done such a great job on giving him everything
that he wanted.
That when he thinks of that, he's like,
it could never happen to me.
Why
Your mom can buy you a PlayStation 4?
Right. Or PS5? What?
They'll be like, he'll just sit there and be like, why are those people homeless? Because they made bad decisions. Well, where's their mom and dad? Exactly.
Man.
You're lucky to have your mom and dad forgive you for every bad decision that you made.
But you know what, though? When that reality do come, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow.
Exactly.
That's going to be a tough one.
And that's why I tell him
all the time. And that's, again, parenting. You give them everything they want. You give them the world, and then they're forced to go into the world and don't know how to handle it. But then you sit there and you try to teach them.
You can't.
You try to teach them. Like I try to put it in their head. Like we tell them. We'll put it in perspective for him.
Like I am the worst person ever, and I know he doesn't think I'm the worst person ever. But I'm like, I don't give a shit if I'm nice. If I'm nice to you, you're gonna think everybody nice to you in that world. Ooh, boy, it's gonna eat you up if you trust every person like you trust your mama.
No, for sure.
And that's what we try to teach them.
My mom called me a dumbass when I was fucking 10 years old because I was being a dumbass. Like he'll think back and be like, yeah, that was pretty fucking stupid. What the fuck was I doing? I was being a lazy ass.
Yeah. My mom, Cody, get your fat ass in here and take out the garbage. In front of my friends.
I remember them days.
Mom, everyone knows I'm a little chunky.
Okay? Please don't point it out.
Right.
Please don't call me a fat ass.
Me. Like,
and the worst part, they all laughed.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't. I would have been like.
They all laughed.
I'm trying to think if I would. I think
you
would
have.
Yeah, I think
you would have for sure. Yeah. I would have.
Or you have, like you said.
Yeah, I think I have.
Unpacking what's in my mind, it's gonna take a lot. But turn my mic on, press record, how much time you got? Out the box usually is how it come across.